So my dear learners, all of you are requested to give a thumbs up in the comment section if I'm audible and visible so that we can begin this particular session. Good evening, Anshu. So I'm getting some responses here from the people. So guys, once again, a warm welcome to all of you in the today's super marathon session series on EduTap. And guys, today we are going to discuss the most important reports and indices from the month of April, March, Feb 2022. See guys, this series is basically for the NABARD Grade A exam. And today in this particular session, we are really going to discuss all the important reports and indices from the month of February to April 2022. ठीक है जी. So here you can see that yesterday Gurkirat sir has taken the session for the reports of May to August 2022 and today is 2nd of September, in which I will be discussing the important reports and indices from February to April 2022. So I'm getting the responses from the people. Good evening, Satakshi, Monu. So I really believe guys that all of you are really going very well and all of you are really doing very well, preparing very well for your upcoming NABARD Grade A exam. See, बस 5 दिन बाकी हैं, ठीक है, and this is the time to gear up for your preparations. So guys, now before starting with this particular session, if you are new to our YouTube channel, kindly subscribe it and press the bell icon to receive all the latest updates of the courses and videos offered by us. And you can also join our Telegram channel to get the access to the PDF of the sessions. And to join the Telegram channel, kindly click on the link given in the description below. ठीक है जी. So now some people are saying that May was not discussed yesterday. Absolutely, and I will be discussing the May part as well. So guys, do not worry about it. I will be discussing the important May part as well in this particular session. So basically here you can see on the screen as well that I will be discussing from the May 2022 to February 2022 in this particular session. ठीक है जी. So I really believe कि all of you are really excited and ready for the today's session in which we are going to discuss the most important reports and indices. ठीक है जी. So I hope that all of you are ready for the very first question which is here on your screen. So guys, the very first question is from the very important report, that is the State of the World's Forest Report 2022, and we all know that there were two questions which are being asked in the RBI Grade B Phase 1 exam from one single report, that is the State of the World's Forest 2022. See guys, now quickly tell me that what exactly the right answer is. So basically today we are going to discuss almost around 120 to 130 questions. ठीक है जी. तो आपको questions की कमी नहीं होने वाली है. You are just required to sit relax और मुझे बताइए कि इस question का आंसर क्या है in the comment section. So here people are saying that FAO is the right answer, guys. Absolutely right. The right answer is Food and Agriculture Organization, which come up with the State of the World's Forest Report 2022. See, all such kind of reports are really very important from the exam point of view, which are related to the sustainable development and environmental issues, and that's why these are really very important. Now guys, moving on to the next question. Now the next question is, what is the amount of forest that has been lost due to the deforestation during 1990 to 2020. See, this particular report also provides us the data of the last 3 decades, that is from 1990 to 2020, and you are required to tell me that what exactly was the amount of forest lost due to deforestation during this year. So let's see who will answer the question correctly here. See guys, this session is going to be a rapid fire one. ठीक है, तो आप सभी को अपनी आंसर करने की जो स्पीड है उसको इंक्रीज करना होगा. Quickly tell me the right answers in the comment section, guys. And now, so good evening, Monk. So this is the second question on your screen and I'm getting the right answer from the people. People are saying that 420 is the right answer. Absolutely right, guys. So here you can see the world has lost 420 million hectares, approximately 10.3%. See, this percentage is also very important, which can be asked in the exam. और ये जो आपका amount है, that is 420 million hectares that we have lost in the last 3 decades, is one of the thing that has happened due to deforestation. A very important finding from this particular report. So I hope this is clear, guys. Let's move on to the next question, and the next question you are required to tell me that as per this report, what is the projected world population by year 2050. See, this report not just tells us about the forest and what exactly the amount of forest that we have lost due to deforestation in the last 3 decades. Apart from that, it also tells us that what exactly is the world population, projected world population कितनी रहेगी by 2050. So let's see who will answer the question correctly here. See guys, I want to tell you here that reports and indices are basically covered across 5 dimensions. That is the releasing body, then we have framework of the report, then we have important rankings जिसके अंदर top performer, worst performer, जो आपको करना होता है, उसके अलावा मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट फाइंडिंग्स आपको करनी होती हैं, एंड देन द रिकमेंडेशंस। और इस सेशन के अंदर जितने भी क्वेश्चंस रहेंगे वो इन सभी 5 डायमेंशंस के अक्रॉस रहेंगे। आई रियली बिलीव दैट इज वेरी मच क्लियर टू you. And now when I talk about that what exactly the right answer to this question, it is 9.7 billion. So everybody has given the right answer. I'm really glad to see कि all of you are really rocking today guys, and you have to rock in the exam as well. ठीक है जी. So moving on to the next question. Now the next question किसके ऊपर है? On the report on readiness of Indian industries towards climate change guidelines of COP26 जब इंडियन प्राइम मिनिस्टर ने वहां पर पंचामृत बेसिकली बताया था कि व्हाट एग्जैक्टली आर द 5 टारगेट दैट इंडिया इज बेसिकली targeting in the upcoming years. And now guys, when I talk about that India is going to become carbon neutral by year 2070, one of the panchamrit that was being mentioned by the Indian Prime Minister. So now here you are required to tell me कि जो report है ये on the report on readiness of Indian industries towards climate change guidelines of COP26, ये इसमें से कौन से institute ने दी थी? So quickly tell me that what exactly is the right answer to this question number 4. And people are saying, some are saying that option 3 is the right answer, some are going with option number 2. So guys, here the right answer is BCG, that is Boston Consulting Group, which has basically released this particular report. ठीक है जी. Moving on to the next question. So the next question is on sand and sustainability 10 strategic recommendations to avert a crisis. तो sand और sustainability के ऊपर here you can see कि बहुत सारी जो reports हैं ये आपकी basically sustainable development और environmental issues से related हैं, और ऐसी बहुत सारी reports release होती हैं, और previous year questions भी आप देखेंगे तो वहां पर question था UNEP एमिशन गैप रिपोर्ट के ऊपर, जो कि लास्ट ईयर एग्जाम के अंदर आया था. ठीक है. सो दैट इज द रीजन कि आपको इस तरीके की सभी रिपोर्ट्स को करना बेहद जरूरी है. एंड गाइस, व्हेन आई टॉक अबाउट द राइट आंसर टू दिस क्वेश्चन, द राइट आंसर इज यूनाइटेड नेशंस एनवायरनमेंट प्रोग्राम. वंस अगेन द रिपोर्ट फ्रॉम द सेम ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, दैट इज सैंड एंड सस्टेनेबिलिटी 10 स्ट्रेटेजिक रिकमेंडेशंस टू अवर्ट अ क्राइसिस. दैट इज द राइट आंसर टू दिस क्वेश्चन. ठीक है जी. मूविंग ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. नाउ द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज व्हाट इज द कंजम्पशन ऑफ sand yearly in billion tons as per this report. तो basically क्या consumption है, yearly consumption of sand, and you are required to tell me that what exactly is that amount in terms of billion tons. It is 25 billion ton, 40 billion ton, 50, 65 or 80 billion tons. So this is what you are required to tell me in the comment section guys. So let's see who will answer the question correctly to the question number 6. So Megha is saying that 50 is the right answer. Let's wait for others as well to answer this particular question. Okay, so most of the people are going with option number 50, and that is absolutely right guys. Here you can see the consumption of sand has reached 50 billion tons a year. That is about 17 kilograms per person each day, and that is the important finding from this particular report. Okay, now moving on to the next question, and here you are required to tell me that what is the number of broad levels in which the 10 recommendations are classified. See, I told you कि 5 डायमेंशंस हैं किसी भी रिपोर्ट्स एंड इंडिसेस की जहां से क्वेश्चन कैन बी आस्क्ड इन द एग्जाम, और उस 5 डायमेंशंस में जो लास्ट डायमेंशन है दैट इज द रिकमेंडेशन. ठीक है जी. और ये भी आपको थोड़ी बहुत उसका आइडिया होना चाहिए. और इसी तरीके से हम देखें इस क्वेश्चन को, इट इज सेइंग व्हाट इज द नंबर ऑफ ब्रॉड लेवल्स इन विच द 10 recommendations are classified, and here the right answer is 3. Basically these 3 broad levels are setting the overarching agenda, setting the right institutional and legal structure, and implementation. So these are the 3 broad levels across which the 10 recommendations are being classified under this report, which was released by the United Nations Environment Program. ठीक है. So all such kind of reports are very important. I hope this is clear guys. Let's move on to the next question, and the next question is on a very very important report, that is the World Press Freedom Index. See guys, all such kind of reports that we are covering from May 2022, they are really very important. ठीक है. और ये सभी reports और इनके ऊपर पहले भी questions आ चुके हैं. That is why you are really required to cover these reports very comprehensively. तो now quickly tell me the World Press Freedom Index जो कि है इसमें से कौन सी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है जो इसको लॉन्च करती है. क्विकली टेल मी इन द कमेंट सेक्शन. So here people are saying that option 4 is the right answer, that is Reporters Without Borders. Absolutely right. Now guys tell me that as we all know कि ये जो वर्ल्ड प्रेस फ्रीडम इंडेक्स है इट वाज बेसिकली लॉन्च ऑन द वर्ल्ड प्रेस फ्रीडम डे. तो ये बेसिकली जो डे है ये किस डेट को हम सेलिब्रेट करते हैं? द वर्ल्ड प्रेस फ्रीडम डे कौन सी डेट को हम सेलिब्रेट करते हैं? प्लीज क्विकली टेल मी इन द कमेंट सेक्शन व्हाट एग्जैक्टली इज द राइट आंसर. In the month of May, we celebrate the World Press Freedom Day. on which date and on the same particular part day as well, the World Press Freedom Index was being released by the Reporters Without Borders. Let's see who will answer this question. सी आपको सिर्फ इस रिपोर्ट्स एंड इंडिसेस के क्वेश्चन के अलावा और इसके साथ साथ के जो क्वेश्चंस है वो भी आपको पता होना चाहिए, ठीक है, एंड दैट इज व्हाई सच काइंड ऑफ क्वेश्चंस आर रियली रियली वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. सो यू हैव टू बेसिकली वाइड योर knowledge. Okay, so here Harkamal, Vidisha, everybody saying that it is 3rd May on which we celebrate World Press Freedom Index. Absolutely right guys, well done to all of you. See, that should be the level of your preparation for this NABARD Grade A exam. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पर जब हम बात करते हैं वर्ल्ड प्रेस फ्रीडम इंडेक्स की, इट वाज रिलीज बाय रिपोर्टर्स विदाउट बॉर्डर्स. ठीक है, अब ये जो हमारी रिपोर्ट है, इट डिवाइड्स द कंट्रीज across the world across 5 different stages, that is the good, satisfactory, problematic, difficult and very serious. And now let's move on to the next important part. ठीक है, that is the country which has topped this particular index. I already told you कि जो dimensions है हमारी, that is a framework. उसके बाद आता है आपके important rankings, then important findings. तो यहाँ पर आपका जो एक question है, it is from the third important dimension, that is द रैंकिंग. और रैंकिंग के अंदर आपको मुझे बताना है कि टॉप किसने किया है, विच कंट्री टॉप द वर्ल्ड प्रेस फ्रीडम इंडेक्स 2022. So here absolutely right guys, the right answer is Norway, which has topped this particular index, that is the World Press Freedom Index. Now this is the time that you should tell me that what exactly was the rank of India. तो इंडिया की रैंक क्या थी ये भी आपको पता होना चाहिए फ्रॉम द एग्जाम पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू, क्योंकि एग्जाम के अंदर सिर्फ प्रेजेंट रैंक ही नहीं बल्कि आपको सिर्फ टॉप परफॉर्मर ही नहीं, यहाँ पर आपको इंडिया की रैंक भी पता होना एकदम जरूरी है. सो व्हेन आई टॉक अबाउट द इंडियाज रैंक, इट वाज 150 गाइज. एंड नाउ आपके लिए एक बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है कि सिर्फ इंडिया की प्रेजेंट रैंक ही नहीं, आपको लास्ट ईयर की एडिशन की रैंक भी पता होनी चाहिए, बिकॉज ऑन दैट लाइन एज वेल अ क्वेश्चन कैन बी आस्क्ड. सो व्हेन आई टॉक अबाउट इंडियाज रैंक इन द प्रीवियस एडिशन, इट वाज 142 इन 2021 एडिशन. ठीक है जी, आई होप दिस इज क्लियर गाइज. So all of you have given the right answer. Let's move on to the next question. Next question is from the India Health Insurance Report. So now tell me that what is the percentage growth in the demand for health insurance in India in fiscal year 2022? What is the percentage growth in demand for health insurance in India in fiscal year 2022? It's 13%, 20%, 25%, 30% or none of the above. So the right answer to this question is 25%. ठीक है, तो इंडिया के अंदर अगर हम देखा जाए जो परसेंटेज ग्रोथ हुई है इन द डिमांड ऑफ हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस, इट हैज बेसिकली ग्रोन बाय 25%. दैट इज व्हाट यू शुड रिमेंबर फ्रॉम दिस पर्टिकुलर रिपोर्ट. आई होप दिस इज क्लियर गाइज. So now moving on to the next question. Now the next question is on the Global Report on Food Crisis 2022. See guys, all of you are requested to participate in the session, क्योंकि आपका पार्टिसिपेशन ही है जो इस पर्टिकुलर सेशन को सक्सेसफुल बनाने वाला है. ठीक है, सो आप सभी को पार्टिसिपेट करना बहुत जरूरी है. ऑल ऑफ यू आर रिक्वायर्ड टू आंसर द क्वेश्चन, क्योंकि आप सभी आंसर्स करेंगे इस सेशन के अंदर, देन ओनली यू विल बी एंजॉइंग दिस पर्टिकुलर सेशन. और क्यों ना कि सभी गलतियां हम आज इसी सेशन के अंदर कर लें, जिससे कि एग्जाम के अंदर देयर विल बी नो स्कोप ऑफ एनी काइंड ऑफ मिस्टेक फ्रॉम योर एंड इन द एग्जाम. सो गाइस, नाउ moving on to the next question. Now the next question is on the Global Report on Food Crisis. So quickly tell me the name of the organization which has come up with this particular report. Is it the World Bank? Is it the International Monetary Fund, GNAFC, World Economic Forum, or the World Food Program? So guys, quickly tell me what is the right answer. So here the right answer is Global Network Against Food Crisis, which has released the Global Report on Food Crisis. Everybody of you have answered the question correctly. Tharini, Tripti, Thanga, Swati, Abhijit, Preeti, everybody is rocking today. I'm really glad to see this. Now guys, moving on to the next question. Next question is, what is the number of people globally who have experienced acute food insecurity in 2021 as per the Global Report on Food Crisis 2022? See guys, we all know that food crisis is going on across in various nations. ठीक है, तो उसी के ऊपर और उसी के असेसमेंट के लिए यहाँ पर ये रिपोर्ट निकाली गई, और यहाँ पर उन्होंने बताया हमें फूड क्राइसिस की स्टेटस क्या है. और यहाँ पर आपके सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन बनता है, व्हाट एग्जैक्टली इज द नंबर ऑफ पीपल ग्लोबली जो कि एक्सपीरियंस कर रहे हैं एक्यूट फूड इनसिक्योरिटी इन 2021. एंड हियर गाइस, एब्सोल्युटली राइट, द राइट आंसर इज 193 मिलियन. अंशु, रजनीश, अनुराधा, दीप, साबा, विदिशा, स्वेच्छा, एवरीबॉडी हैज गिवन द आंसर करेक्टली. सो यहाँ पर यू कैन सी हियर दैट 193 मिलियन पीपल इन 53 कंट्रीज और टेरिटरीज हैव एक्सपीरियंस्ड एक्यूट फूड इनसिक्योरिटी. और जब हम बात करते हैं कि पहले से कितना इंक्रीज हुआ है, दैट इज 40 मिलियन पीपल. अर्लियर देयर वर 153 मिलियन पीपल, व्हिच हैज इंक्रीज टू 193 मिलियन पीपल इन ईयर 2021. ठीक है. So now moving on to the next question, guys. Now please tell me what is the number of people pushed into the acute food insecurity due to conflict in 2021. See, there were separate reasons. There were some reasons जो कि basically which caused the food crisis across the world. तो क्या है वो रीजंस? वो उन्होंने कुछ रीजंस को कोट किया है इस पर्टिकुलर रिपोर्ट ने, और साथ ही में ये भी बताया कि इन पर्टिकुलर रीजंस की वजह से इतने इतने लोग पुश हुए हैं एक्यूट फूड इनसिक्योरिटी में. सो व्हेन आई टॉक अबाउट द कॉन्फ्लिक्ट इट वाज 139 मिलियन पीपल. व्हेन आई टॉक अबाउट द वेदर एक्सट्रीम इट वाज 23 million people in 8 countries, and when I talk about the economic shocks it was 30 million people. See guys, here basically there are three reasons, that is the conflict, weather extremes and economic shocks. ये आपको याद रखने चाहिए. कन्फ्लिक्ट से कितने लोग पुश हुए हैं? 139 मिलियन पीपल. वेदर एक्सट्रीम से 23, इकोनॉमिक शॉक से 30 मिलियन पीपल. ठीक है, सो दीज आर द थिंग्स दैट यू शुड रिमेंबर. Moving on to the next question. Next question is on the vital statistics of India based on the Civil Registration System 2020. So कौन सी organization ने इस रिपोर्ट को रिलीज किया है? Quickly tell me in the comment section. Is it नीति आयोग, NSO, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, the Office of the Registrar General, or none of the above? Let's see who will answer the question correctly. See guys, this is a race for all of you. You should be very quick in answering the question, क्योंकि एग्जाम के अंदर आपको बहुत ज़्यादा टाइम नहीं मिलने वाला है. You have to manage your time very well in the exam, जिससे कि आप maximum number of questions with accuracy कर सके. So when I talk about the right answer to this question, guys, the right answer is the Office of the Registrar General. Absolutely right. Every one of you have given the right answer. Well done guys. Moving on to the next question. In the next question you are required to tell me the state or UT which has the highest sex ratio at birth in 2020. See, ये जो हमारी report है, that is the vital statistics of India. It is basically giving about the most important statistics in India about the various parameters. And when I talk about one of the parameter, that is the sex ratio at birth. तो इसके अंदर कौन सी state और UT है which has got the highest sex ratio at birth? And guys, absolutely it is option 1, that is Ladakh. Ladakh was on the top with the 1104. That is the number that you should remember from the exam point of view, and that was the one which was having the highest sex ratio at birth. ठीक है जी. Let's move on to the next question, and it is, what is the percentage increase in the registered deaths in 2020 as compared with 2019? In the previous question we have covered the highest sex ratio at birth, and now we are covering that what exactly was the percentage increase in the registered deaths. So quickly tell me guys, what is the right answer here? Registered deaths की बात करें तो कितना परसेंटेज इंक्रीज हुआ है? And here it is basically 6.2%. तो पहले कितना था? Here you can see the number of registered deaths has increased by 6.2%. Earlier it was 76.4 lakh and now it has moved on to 81.2 lakh. ठीक है जी. This was males की बात करें तो it is 60.2% and for the females it was 39.8%. Now moving on to the next question guys. Next question is on the cryptocurrency. We all know that it is really emerging, and now the question is on the report which is released, which is basically on the cryptocurrency. The report is, which of the following organization has released the cryptocurrency gains by the country? What exactly the name of that organization which has released this report? It is Chainalysis. So Chainalysis ने इसको release किया है. Moving on to the next question. Here you are required to tell me that what exactly the rank of India in the realized cryptocurrency gains. जब cryptocurrency gains की बात करते हैं तो इंडिया की रैंक क्या है? It becomes really very important from the exam point of view. See, India's specific findings are the most important one that you should remember from any report from the exam point of view, क्योंकि maximum questions are based on such findings only. इंडिया की पोजीशन क्या है, टॉप किसने किया है, इंडिया की स्पेसिफिक फाइंडिंग क्या है, that is the most important thing. When I talk about the India's rank here guys, it is basically option 3, that is 21. So Megha, Deep, Swecha, Sonali, Neha, Dubey, everybody has answered the question correctly to the question number 19, that is 21. So India stood on the 21st position. So here you can see when I talk about the India's rank, it was 21st. When I talk about the country which has led this particular list, it was United States of America, followed by UK, Germany, Japan and China. ठीक है, तो हमने यहाँ पे देखा इंडिया की रैंक क्या है, हमने देखा कि टॉप किसने किया है. अब बढ़ते हैं अपने अगले क्वेश्चन की तरफ. दैट इज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट रिपोर्ट गाइज, दैट इज नेशनल अचीवमेंट सर्वे 2021. So why exactly it is important? There were a lot of questions from the national education policy last year. We have seen questions from the ACER report coming in the NABARD exam, and that is why the education is one of the education is one of the favorite topics of the NABARD examiners, and that is why, guys, here is the question from the National Achievement Survey. So quickly tell me that what exactly is the right answer. I've already told you that it is related to the education, and here the right answer is the Department of School Education and Literacy, Ministry of Education. So here, guys, it is the Department of School of Education and Literacy under the Ministry of Education which has come up with the National Achievement Survey 2021. So now you are required to tell me that which among the following is not one of the level at which the survey was conducted. See, this survey was conducted across some different levels. तो आपको वो level identify करना है which is not among those particular levels. See, हमेशा ये नहीं आएगा question में कि क्या था क्या नहीं था. It can also be the question in the exam, and this kind of trend is really emerging from the last year. So now guys, quickly tell me what is the right answer to the question number 21. What exactly was that level which was not one of the level at which the survey was conducted? And absolutely right, guys, all of you have given the right answer. That is option number 5, that is class 12th. When I talk about the 3 levels, it was from 3 to 5, class 8th and class 10th. और उसके respective subjects भी आपके लिए mentioned है. You can just go through them on your own. Moving on to the next question. So guys, the next question is on the World Economic Situation and Prospects Mid-Year Update 2022. So quickly tell me the name of the organization which has come up with this particular report, that is World Economic Situation and Prospects. Guys, a very, very important report from one of the very, very famous international organizations जो कि यहाँ पर बहुत ही frequently अपनी ऐसे रिपोर्ट्स रिलीज करती हैं और साथ ही साथ जीडीपी फोरकास्ट देने में ये सबसे आगे है. सो गाइस, क्विकली टेल मी व्हाट इज द राइट आंसर टू द क्वेश्चन नंबर 22. एंड एब्सोल्युटली राइट, इट इज द यूनाइटेड नेशंस डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ इकोनॉमिक एंड सोशल अफेयर्स व्हिच हैज रिलीज्ड द वर्ल्ड इकोनॉमिक सिचुएशन प्रोस्पेक्ट्स 2022. So here you can see it is released by the UNDESA. और यहाँ पर जब हम बात करते हैं रिपोर्ट की, it has decreased India's GDP growth projection from 6.7% to 6.4% for the year 2022-2023. ठीक है जी, I hope that this is very much clear, guys. So the students who are mentioning World Bank, guys, World Bank is not the right answer to this question. IMF is not the right answer. The right answer is UNDESA, that is United Nations Department of Economic and Social Affairs. ठीक है, that's why I told you that this report is very important, because most of the students are going to get confused after seeing that it is a World Economic Prospect. Okay, so it will be by World Bank or the IMF, but no, it is UNDESA. ठीक है. Moving on to the next question. Now the next question is on the Global Food Policy Report 2022. See guys, once again I am telling you that such kind of topics are really the favorite of the NABARD. क्यों भाई? क्योंकि हम NABARD के अंदर फूड से रिलेटेड कितनी सारी चीजें पढ़ते हैं. We have agriculture in that, and that is why such kind of reports are the favorite reports of the examiner. ठीक है जी. और यहाँ पर आपके लिए एक और मैं चीज बता दूं that it is also talking about the climate change as well as the food systems. So basically all the things are adding the probability of this report to be asked in the exam. So now the question is that what is the percentage by which a global food production will increase by 2050 as compared to 2010 levels. That means 2010 से 2050 तक जो हमारे global food production levels हैं वो कितना परसेंट इंक्रीज करने वाले हैं. That is what you are required to tell me. A very easy question, guys, and the right answer to this question is 60%. So all of you have given the right answer to the question number 23. After school, Anshu, Vidisha, Swecha, Vidisha, Rathod, Thanga, everybody is rocking today. So guys, here you can see that it is released by International Food Policy Research Institute. This is really very important. I am marking the star here. International Food Policy Research Institute has come up with this particular report, and this data is really very important to be covered. Now, when I talk about the global food production, it will grow about 60% by 2050. Okay, so these are the important things that you should remember. Now, when I talk about the next question, it is that by what is the percentage by which food production will drop in India by 2030. See, हमने पढ़ा overall the world 2050 तक कितना परसेंटेज वो ग्रो करेगा. दैट वाज 50%, दैट वाज 60%. Now when you talk about in India, there will be a drop in the food production. तो इंडिया के अंदर कितना ड्रॉप होगा, that is very, very important data that should be remembered by you from the exam point of view. And here the right answer is 16%. That is the data which you should remember. That is the drop in the India's global food production by year 2030. ठीक है. और without climate change अगर हम कहें तो 7.39 crore Indians would have suffered due to hunger by year 2030. One more data that you should remember from the exam point of view. Now let's move on to the next question, guys. The next question is on the state of inequality in India report, which basically assesses the inequalities across different states, and it also across different parameters on which it basically assesses the inequality in India. So please tell me that what is exactly is the name of the releasing body for this particular report, the very first dimension of this report. And here absolutely right guys, the right answer is Economic Advisory Council to the Prime Minister, which has come up with the State of Inequality in India report. So let's discuss some important key points about this particular report quickly here. So यहाँ पर हमने देखा कि publish कौन कर रहा है and what exactly are the different areas. So there are total 5 key areas that influences the nature and experience of inequality in India. What are those areas? These are income distribution, labor market dynamic, health, education and household characteristics. ठीक है जी, 2019-2020 तक 95% of the schools have functional toilet facilities, 80.16% of the schools have functional electricity connections. These are the important data that you should remember from the exam point of view. Okay guys, I hope this is clear. Now, the next report is on the state of the global climate in 2021 report. So guys, quickly tell me what is the right answer to this question. The state of the global climate in 2021 report, कौन सी organization ने इसको release किया है? The answer is World Meteorological Organization. So all of you have given the right answer to the question number 26, that is option 4, that is World Meteorological Organization, which has come up with this particular report. So now when I talk about the report, that is the severe wasting and overlooked child survival emergency. See, this is once again from a very important topic, that is social sector in India, health. ठीक है जी, तो ये इस पर्टिकुलर टॉपिक से रिलेट करती है ये रिपोर्ट, दैट इज सीवियर वेस्टिंग एंड ओवरलुक्ड चाइल्ड सर्वाइवल इमरजेंसी. और यहाँ पे गाइस व्हेन आई टॉक अबाउट द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन व्हिच हैज कम अप विद दिस पर्टिकुलर रिपोर्ट to the question number 27, that is severe wasting and overlooked child survival emergency, guys, here the right answer is United Nations International Children's Emergency Fund. So UNICEF की यहाँ पर बात हो रही है जो कि रिलीज करती है severe wasting and overlooked child survival emergency. Absolutely right, all of you given the answers correctly, that is UNICEF. So now guys, now the next question is, which among the following country has the highest number of children under 5 years affected by severe wasting? वो कौन सा देश है जिसके अंदर highest number of children hai which are basically suffering from under 5 severe wasting? What is the name of that country? Is it India, Pakistan, Syria, Indonesia or Nigeria? So guys, what exactly the name of that country? It is basically India only, where the highest number of children are there which are affected by severe wasting. That is the thing that you should remember from the exam point of view. Okay guys, I hope this is clear. Absolutely right. So when I talk about the number of children under 5 years of age affected by severe wasting, it is 57,72,472, which you should remember from the exam point of view. Okay guys, so I hope that this is very much clear. Now moving on to the next question. Now the next question, according to the recently released this report, what is the cost of ready to use therapeutic food to treat severe wasting? See, to treat the severe wasting, there is a ready to use therapeutic food which is RUTF. So what exactly is the cost of that in order to treat the severe wasting? That is what you are required to tell me in this question. Is it $50 or $100, $150, $200 or none of the above? So absolutely content wala Hannu Gandhi is saying that it is $100. So guys, here absolutely right, the right answer is $100. That what exactly is the cost to ready to use therapeutic food. ठीक है जी, तो यहाँ पर आप देख सकते हैं that UNICEF has also indicated that it is the price of it is going to be increased by up to 16% in the upcoming period. ठीक है, that is not that much important from the exam point of view. Let's move on to the next question. So here the next question is on the India Consumer Sentiment Index. So according to the recently released India Consumer Sentiment Index, dash would be preferred to migrate to another country in search of better opportunities and lifestyle. See, we all know that people from one state moves to another state in order to search in their search of the better opportunities and lifestyle, and that's why the migration basically takes place. ठीक है जी, और एक और यहाँ पर इंपॉर्टेंट टर्म है, दैट इज अर्बनाइजेशन. सो यहाँ पर जब हम बात करते हैं कि कितने ऐसे लोग हैं जो कि प्रेफर करेंगे टू माइग्रेट टू अनदर कंट्री, अभी हम स्टेट की बात कर रहे थे, व्हेन आई टॉक अबाउट द अनदर कंट्री, यहाँ पर आपको मुझे बताना है कि कितने परसेंट ऐसे लोग हैं as per the India Consumer Sentiment Index. Absolutely right guys, it is 33%. So when I talk about the India Consumer Sentiment Index, इसको launch कौन करता है? That is also very important. That is Access My India, the organization which releases the India Consumer Sentiment Index. और यहाँ पर 33% people would prefer to migrate to another country in a search of better opportunities and lifestyle. ठीक है जी, मूविंग ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. सो यहाँ पर आप देख सकते हैं दैट सेंटिमेंट एनालिसिस डेल्व्ड इनटू सम सब इंडिसेस. देयर आर सम सब इंडिसेस अंडर द इंडिया कंज्यूमर सेंटिमेंट इंडेक्स. तो इसमें से वो कौन से इंडिसेस हैं which are a part of the India Consumer Sentiment Index? That is what you should tell me in the comment section, guys. It is overall household spending, spending on the essential and non-essential items, spending on healthcare, media consumption habits, or all of the above. So here most of the people are going with the option number 5, and that is absolutely right, guys. The right answer is all of the above, as all these are the sentiments, are the sub indices under the India Consumer Sentiment Index. ठीक है जी. So I hope that this is clear, guys. Now once again a very important report in the next part, that is 2022 Global Consumer Trends for Foods and Beverages report. ठीक है जी. Once again there is a topic of food in the report, and now you are going to tell me the name of the organization which has come up with this report. Is it Mintel, Statista, eMarketer, eGlobal Data, or none of the above? So guys, here the right answer to this particular question is Mintel, which has released this report, that is the Global Consumer Trends for Foods and Beverages report, a report which tells us about the trends of the foods and beverages. So absolutely right, guys. The right answer is option 1, that is Mintel. So most of the people I'm saying that they have answered Statista and eMarketer. Guys, it is not the right answer. The right answer is Mintel, which has come up with this report. Kindly mark it here. Kindly remember, if it is being asked in the exam, that it has been released by Mintel. ठीक है जी. Let's move on to the next question. So the next question is on the same report, and here you are required to tell me that which of the following are the key trends has been offering great potential for the food, drink, and food service brands. What is the right answer to this question? Is it in control, enjoyment everywhere, flexible spaces, 1 and 3 only, or all of the above? See, such kind of questions can also become probable questions in the exam. ठीक है जी. तो इसके लिए आपको अपनी प्रिपरेशन को बहुत ही अच्छा रखना है, and you should be covering all such kind of reports very comprehensively. So when I talk about the right answer to this particular question, guys, the right answer is all of the above. Once again, all the 3 key trends are in control, enjoyment everywhere, and flexible spaces, that you should remember from the exam point of view. Okay guys, let's move on to the next question. Now tell me what exactly is the percentage of Indian consumers that agree that brands should show their impact on the environment on the food and drink labels. तो बेसिकली क्या है, ये जो हमारे एक और डेटा है जो प्रोवाइड करती है कि ये जो ब्रांड्स हैं इनको ये भी दिखाना चाहिए अपने फूड और ड्रिंक लेबल्स के ऊपर that what exactly their impact is on the environment, because environment is really very important for all of us. And what exactly is the percentage of those people? It is 86%. ठीक है जी. So 86% of the Indian consumers agree that brands should show their impact on the environment on food and drink labels. ठीक है. Moving on to the next question, guys. The next question is from Annual 2021 India Solar Market Update. ठीक है. So यहाँ पर आप देख सकते हो कि किस तरीके की reports हैं. We are getting reports from the different dimensions. We are having report from the sustainable development and environmental issues. We are having the reports from the education part. So these are the things that you are really required to cover. And see guys, financial reports are also very important. There was a question from ease in the past year, and that is why you are really required to remember such kind of things in the exam. ठीक है. So when I talk about the annual 2021 India Solar Market Update, it is Mercom India Research which releases this particular report. And here Albert, Priyanka, Vidisha, Ishita, Thanga, Shlok, Priyanka, Anshu, which everybody has given the right answer, that is Mercom India Research. So guys, really well done. Moving on to the next question. So the next question is, according to the recently released annual 2021 India Solar Update, India has installed what quantity of solar capacity in 2021? So what exactly is the amount that India has installed of the solar capacity in 2021? And guys, here the right answer is 10 gigawatt. So such kind of figures are really very important, and these become probable questions in the exam. That is why आप सभी को ये करना है. ठीक है जी. Moving on to the next question. Next question is, according to the recently released Internet Crime Report 2021, India accounted for dash victims. So here you are required to basically tell me the number of the victims which are there as per the Internet Crime Report 2021. and this question is basically from the social justice. And now guys, quickly tell me what is the right answer to this question. So here it is, the internet crime report 2021, and the right answer to this question is 3131, that is 3131, which is the number of victims as per the internet crime report 2021. So this is the thing guys that you should remember. Until now we have covered all the important reports and indices from the month of May 2022, ठीक है जी. And now we will be moving towards the April 2022, but before that, kindly tell me how's your Josh now. See, we have already covered the May part, but still I have brought here one of the very important reports that can become probable question in the exam, in the NABARD Grade A exam, which is really going to take place on the 7th of September 2022. और यहाँ पर guys आपके लिए अप्रैल के साथ साथ आपकी मार्च और फरवरी की भी इंपॉर्टेंट रिपोर्ट्स कवर होने वाली हैं, ठीक है. So quickly tell me how's your Josh, and then we will be continuing with this particular session. Okay, really great to see your Josh, that all of the people are saying that Josh is high. Really great. See, keep your Josh high, because now this is a really high time that you should be preparing really very well, high on energy. See, एक चीज आप याद रखिए कि अगले 7 दिन तक यू शुड बी इन योर बेस्ट कंडीशन, बेस्ट मेंटल स्टेट, बेस्ट एनर्जेटिक स्टेट, ठीक है. अपनी हेल्दी स्टेट में भी आपको रहना है, बिकॉज यू आर रियली गोइंग टू एस इन द एग्जाम, ठीक है. Really great to see this particular part. Now guys, let's move on to the reports from the April 2022, and here is the very first question for all of you. So the very first question is on the Global Wind Report 2022. What is the global wind capacity addition in 2021? So quickly tell me that what exactly is the right answer. What is the global wind capacity addition in 2021 as per the Global Wind Report 2022? So let's see who will answer the question correctly here. The global wind capacity addition in 2021, and absolutely right guys, the right answer is 94 gigawatt. That is the right answer. That is the global wind capacity addition in 2021 in India. So यहाँ पर आप देख सकते हो, the right answer is 94 gigawatt of capacity has been added globally, trailing behind the 2020's record growth by only 1.8%. ठीक है जी. Moving on to the next question, what is the wind energy capacity addition in India in 2020-2021? Is it 1.3 gigawatt, 1.35, 1.4, 1.45 gigawatt, or none of the above? Let's see who will answer the question correctly here. Okay, absolutely right guys, the right answer is 1.45 gigawatt. Here you can see 1.45 gigawatt of the wind energy in 2021, exceeding the 1.1 gigawatt of installations in 2020. So in 2020 it was 1.1 gigawatt, which increased to 1.45 gigawatt of wind energy in 2021. ठीक है जी. जब हम बात करते हैं इंडियन विंड मार्केट की, जो कि उसका आउटलुक जब हम प्रेजेंट करते हैं, इट इज प्रोजेक्टेड एट 3.2 gigawatt and 4.1 gigawatt of onshore wind installations respectively. That is what you should remember guys. Now moving on to the next question. The next question is on the Global Land Outlook second edition, land restoration for the recovery and resilience. So now guys, quickly tell me that the name of the organization which has come up with this particular report. Is it the World Bank, United Nations Environment Program, UNDP, UNCCD, or the World Economic Forum? So here guys, the report which is under the question is the Global Land Outlook second edition, land restoration for the recovery and resilience. And here guys, the right answer to this question is option number 4, that is UNCCD, that is United Nations Convention to the Combat Desertification. So here guys, you can see that it is being released by UNCCD. The report predicts the outcomes by 2050, and the risk involves under 3 baseline scenarios. See what exactly are these scenarios are. When I talk about guys these scenarios, these are basically baseline, restoration and protection. So these are basically the different scenarios that has been quoted by this particular report. ठीक है जी. So these are these different scenarios. Now when I talk about the other key findings from this particular report, this report states that by 2050, 16 million square kilometers, which is 11% of the world's land surface, will be degraded by 2050. 2050 तक कितना surface degrade होने वाला है, that is what is being mentioned here. तो 2050 तक और क्या क्या parameters हैं, that has been mentioned to all of you from this particular report. Let's move on to the next question. So here guys, the next question is, which among the following organization has recently released report on the currency and finance for 2021-2022? So guys, quickly tell me what is the right answer to this question. Report on currency and finance for 2021-2022. The right answer is Reserve Bank of India, which has released this report. Now let's discuss this report in detail here. So here you can see कि RBI ने इस report को release किया है, but एक बहुत ही important dimension ये report बताती है that when we talk about the losses that we have that we had during the COVID-19. तो ये report basically कहती है that India is going to take another 13 years to overcome the losses incurred due to the COVID-19 pandemic, and by which year we will basically be able to overcome these particular losses, that is 2034-35. So this timeline should be remembered by you. This timeline is very, very important to be remembered by you from the exam point of view, because a question can come from such kind of timeline in the exam. ठीक है जी? So I hope that this is very much clear, guys. Let's move on to the next question. So now voice will not be low, guys, do not worry about it. I have adjusted my mic here. Okay, so now the next question is on the report on currency and finance for 2021-2022. Now you are required to tell me that which among the following are the 7 wheels of economic progress. See, we all know कि यूनियन बजट के अंदर भी हमें कुछ पिलर्स दिए गए जिसके अक्रॉस इंडियन गवर्नमेंट इज बेसिकली एमिंग कि जो हमारा अगले 25 ईयर्स है उसके अंदर हम कैसा परफॉर्म करने वाले हैं. इसी तरीके से जब हम बात करते हैं इस रिपोर्ट की, तो रिपोर्ट ने भी ये कहा है कि दे हैव बेसिकली मेंशन्ड 7 व्हील्स ऑफ इकोनॉमिक प्रोग्रेस. सो व्हाट एग्जैक्टली these 7 wheels are? Basically all these options are correct. So when I talk about these 7 wheels, these are aggregate demand, aggregate supply, institutions, intermediaries and markets, macroeconomic stability, productivity, structural change and sustainability. So all these are the right, and all these are the 7 wheels of economic progress. Okay ji, moving on to the next report. So the next question is on which among the following organization has recently released Global Assessment Report 2022 on the Disaster Risk Reduction 2022. So once again, guys, quickly tell me the name of the organization which has released this report. So the very first dimension, that is a releasing body, which is really very important to be covered, and the right answer is UNDRR, that is United Nations Office for the Disaster Risk Reduction, which has released the report, that is Global Assessment Report 2022. So when I talk about this report, by 2030 the planets will be facing around 560 disasters annually. ठीक है जी. So this is the thing that you should remember from the exam point of view. Now moving on to the next question. So the next question is, what is the number of people who will be added to the world's poverty burden by 2030? See, across such kind of dimensions the questions are being asked in the exam. बात हो रही है यहाँ पे disaster risk reduction की, but from the disaster risk reduction it is giving us the data about the poverty burden by year 2030. तो basically कितने लोग हैं जो कि world poverty में add होंगे, जो poverty की तरफ push होंगे, and guys, what exactly that amount? That number is 37.6 million. This report says that by 2030 an additional 37.6 million people have been estimated to be living in the conditions described as extreme poverty. That is, you should remember from the exam point of view. Let's move on to the next question, and guys, the next question is from the very, very important report. See, I am marking the star here. This report is the World Development Report 2022, Finance for an Equitable Economy. यहाँ पर guys, I am marking once again the star because ये जो World Development Report है ये काफी important है आप सभी के लिए. Now quickly tell me that what is the name of the body which has come up with this particular report? Absolutely right, World Bank. So यहाँ पर Albert, Sachin, Preeti, Shlok, Rathod, everybody has given the right answer. That is World Bank. Very, very important. Okay, so that is thing. So Vidisha is saying that so different reports talk about different poverty estimates. Absolutely, and you have to remember such kind of data. So कैसे remember किया जाए? By using the RRR approach, that is read, revise and repeat, and only then you will be able to bifurcate between these particular reports. किस रिपोर्ट में poverty estimation क्या था ये आप तभी याद कर पाएंगे जब आपने उसको अच्छे से पढ़ा होगा, उसको फिर रिवाइज किया होगा और फिर आप उसको रिपीट करेंगे, and that's when only you will be able to remember all the important things from the exam point of view. ठीक है जी, I hope that your question has been answered. Let's move on to the next question. So before moving on to the next question, when I talk about what exactly are the different pressing economic risks which are going to hamper the recovery, here guys, these are rising non-performing loans, delayed resolution of the distressed loans, tighter access to the credit and elevated levels of the sovereign debt. So these are the different economic risks that are going to hamper the robust and the equitable recovery of the economies. ठीक है जी, moving on to the next question. So the next question is on which among the following are the recommendations of the report. See guys, here when I talk about the report, it is World Development Report. अब उस report के अंदर यहाँ पर कुछ different recommendations दी गई हैं और ये question आपका उन सभी recommendations के ऊपर है. So what exactly are the which among the following are the recommendations of the report? That is what you are required to tell me here. So here people are saying that all of the above are the right answers. Absolutely right guys, all these are the recommendations of the report. For example, increasing transparency and reducing the share of non-performing loans, जिससे कि हम और ज़्यादा बेहतर कर सकते हैं और ज़्यादा बेटर चीज़ें कर सकते हैं. Then effective insolvency procedures आपके बेटर हों. Innovations in the digital finance and learning models, we are really moving towards the digitization. तो digitization से क्या होगा, हम और ज़्यादा अपने मॉडल्स को और ज़्यादा स्ट्रॉन्ग कर पाएंगे, ठीक है, और ज़्यादा इनोवेशंस की हमें उसके अंदर ज़रूरत है. Then we have proactive management and reduction of the sovereign debt. That is also very important recommendation from this particular report. Okay guys, moving on to the next question. So the next question here is, according to the World Development Report, which among the following country had the largest share of the fiscal stimulus to the GDP ratio? So quickly tell me guys, what is the right answer here? The name of the country which had the largest share of fiscal stimulus to GDP ratio. So whenever you are finding such kind of things, you are always required to remember, यहाँ पर बात हो रही है largest share की, largest, smallest, first. These are the things that basically attracts the attention of the examiner, and that is why you should cover all such kind of news articles which are having such kind of words in them. ठीक है जी. So when I talk about the right answer guys here, the right answer is Italy. So Italy was basically having the largest fiscal stimulus to GDP ratio at around 46%. So all of you have given the right answers guys. Now moving on to the next question. What is the central theme of the recently released World Development Report? See, a very easy question, एक हलवा question है आप सभी के लिए, but this can also be asked in the exam. See, ऐसे हलवा questions आपको एग्जाम में मिलने वाले हैं, but you will only be able to answer them when you have read about them. ठीक है जी. So when I talk about the central theme of the World Development Report 2022, it was basically financing. So financing was the central theme of this particular report, World Development Report 2022. फाइनेंस फॉर एन इक्विटेबल इकोनॉमी. सी आप यहीं से इसका अंदाजा लगा सकते हैं कि इसकी सेंट्रल थीम क्या होगी. बेसिकली उसके टाइटल में ही दे आर बेसिकली रिवीलिंग दैट व्हाट एग्जैक्टली गोइंग टू द सेंट्रल आइडिया ऑफ दिस पर्टिकुलर रिपोर्ट. ठीक है जी. मूविंग ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन गाइस. द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज, what is the number of emerging countries which have experienced downgrade in their government debt risk rating in 2020 as per the recently released World Development Report? See guys, I'm really glad to see your participation in this particular session, and really it is also making me more energetic to deliver in a much more better manner, जिससे कि आप सभी के लिए ये पूरा सेशन और भी ज़्यादा हेल्पफुल हो सके फ्रॉम द एग्जाम पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. एंड सी गाइस, इसी तरीके से पार्टिसिपेट करते रहिएगा, क्योंकि ये जो सेशन है, दिस इज रियली गोइंग टू बी अ very important session for all of you for the NABARD Grade A exam. ठीक है. So when I talk about the right answer guys, the right answer is option number 3, that is 44. ठीक है जी. तो जब हम बात करते हैं कि कितनी कंट्रीज हैं, बेसिकली यहाँ पर 44 emerging economies हैं which have experienced a downgrade in their government debt risk rating. ठीक है जी. So that is what you are required to tell me. See, यहाँ पर छोटी छोटी चीजें हैं जो आपको चेंज कर सकती हैं. अगर हम यहाँ पर ओवरऑल कंट्रीज की बात करते तो राइट आंसर होता है 51 कंट्रीज, बट यहाँ पर इट इज टॉकिंग अबाउट द emerging countries. तो यहां पर हमें कीवर्ड्स पर ध्यान देना बहुत जरूरी है. एंड emerging countries are the 44 emerging economies which have experienced a downgrade in their government debt risk rating. ठीक है जी. Moving on to the next question guys. The next question is World Review of Capture, Fisheries and Aquaculture Insurance 2022. So guys, क्यों ना हम पढ़ें इस रिपोर्ट को, क्यों ना हम इसके क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करें, क्योंकि यहाँ पर ये बात कर रहा है फिशरीज की, एक्वाकल्चर की. दैट इज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट ऑफ आवर सिलेबस. सो गाइस, क्विकली टेल मी दैट व्हाट इज द फॉलोइंग, which among the following organization has released this report? Is it the World Bank, WEF, FAO, UNDP or Right Move? So the right answer is Food and Agriculture Organization, which has come up with this report, that is World Review of the Capture, Fisheries and Aquaculture Insurance 2022. अब यहाँ पर जब हम बात करते हैं इस रिपोर्ट की, तो when I talk about Indian National Report, तो उसको किस पर्सन ने ऑथर किया था, that is what you are required to tell me here. According to this report, World Review of Capture, Fisheries, who has authored the Indian National Report? तो Indian National Report की जब हम बात करते हैं, it was basically Shinoj Parapurathu. So guys, there may be my pronunciation about the name is basically may be wrong, but here the right answer is option number 2. I hope that it is very much clear to all of you. The right answer is option number 2. Let's move on to the next question. Now the next question is on the State Energy and Climate Index round 1. So guys, quickly tell me that which among the following organization has released this report? It is the State Energy and Climate Index round 1. The name of that organization which has come up with this report is Niti Aayog. See guys, I am going to tell you here, जो भी reports हैं जो कि release करता है नीति आयोग, all the programs which are being released by Niti Aayog, all the initiatives taken by the Niti Aayog, they are very very important from the exam point of view, and that is why they are really a must done reports that you should cover from the exam point of view. ठीक है जी, तो यहाँ पर जब हम बात करते हैं इस रिपोर्ट की, this report uses 6 parameters which are further divided into 27 indicators to measure the performances of states and UTs. What exactly are those parameters? These are discoms performance, access, affordability and reliability of energy, clean energy initiatives, energy efficiency, environmental sustainability and new initiatives. So these are the parameters which are being used by this report. So this can also become a question because this is talking about the framework of this particular report. So I hope this is clear guys. Moving on to the next question. Now comes the very important part. कौन सी स्टेट है जिसने इसको टॉप किया है in the large state category? So you are required to tell me the name of the state which has topped in the large state category as per the recently released State Energy and Climate Index Round 1. Is it Tamil Nadu, Punjab, Gujarat, Kerala, Karnataka? So these are the things that you should remember from the exam point of view, and people are saying that Gujarat is the right answer. Absolutely right guys. See, यहाँ पर जब हम बात करते हैं states and UTs की, so basically this report divides the states in 3 different categories. These categories are larger states, smaller states and union territories. In the larger states, Gujarat was a topper. Smaller states में Goa was a topper. UTs में Chandigarh was a topper. ठीक है जी. So I hope this is clear guys. Okay, absolutely right. Gujarat is the right answer to the last question, and we have also covered all the other important dimensions from that report. Let's move on to the next question. The next question is on the World Economic Outlook: War sets back the global recovery. So guys, quickly tell me what is the right answer. World Economic Outlook को कौन सी organization launch करती है? This is a very easy question, and I want all of you to answer the question correctly in the comment section. Absolutely right guys, it is the International Monetary Fund. So now there is a test of you. Okay, there is a test of your knowledge now. As we all know that IMF has basically released this particular report. Now quickly tell me that who is basically the chief of IMF right now? Who is the director of IMF? Quickly tell me guys what is the right answer. Quickly tell me the name of the person who is basically serving as the director of the International Monetary Fund. Let's see who will answer me. Absolutely right guys, IMF is the right answer, but when I talk about the chief of the IMF, it is basically Kristalina Georgieva. ठीक है जी. And when I talk about the deputy managing director, it is Geeta Gopinath. And when I talk about the chief economist of IMF, it is Olivier पायर गोरिनशास. ठीक है, तो ये सब चीजें भी आपको पता होनी चाहिए फ्रॉम द एग्जाम पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. थोड़ा स्टैटिक पोर्शन को भी कवर कीजिए, क्योंकि एक और हलवा क्वेश्चन आपको सिर्फ और सिर्फ उसके स्टैटिक पोर्शन से मिल सकता है. एब्सोल्युटली राइट. सो यहाँ पर सभी ने दिया क्वेश्चन का सही जवाब. मेघा, एल्बर्ट, अभिजीत, रजनीश, थंगा, श्वेता, रोहित, एवरीबडी सेइंग क्रिस्टलिना जॉर्जिवा इज द राइट आंसर. वेल डन गाइस. लेट्स मूव ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट रिपोर्ट, दैट इज the 2022 Global Payment Report. Now tell me the name of the organization which has released this report. Is it World Bank, World Economic Forum, World Pay, McKinsey or Rightmove? See here the question, the report in the question is the Global Payment Report, and the right answer is World Pay, which has released this particular report, that is Global Payments Report 2022. Now moving on to the next question guys. The next question is, as per the 2022 Global Payment Report, what is the projected global e-commerce market transaction value in 2025? So what is the projected global e-commerce market transaction value in 2025? That is the thing that you should be telling me in this particular question, and the right answer is $8.3 trillion. ठीक है जी, I hope this is clear guys. So when I talk about the other major important part, when I talk about the global point of sale market, it grew by 13.4% in 2021, and when I talk about global POS transaction values, they are projected to approach $58.9 trillion by year 2025. So these are the values that you should be remembering from the exam point of view. Okay, moving on to the next question. Now the next question is, which among the following organization has recently released poverty has declined over the last decade but not as much as previously thought? See, this is basically a research paper from one of the very important organizations across the world, and what exactly the name of that particular body is, it is World Bank Policy Research, which has give up this particular report. ठीक है जी, I hope this is clear. Now tell me the very important finding from this research paper, that what is the decline in the percentage points in extreme poverty from 2011 to 2019. तो जो हम बात करते हैं कि poverty, extreme poverty के अंदर जो percentage points है वो कितना decline हुआ है from year 2011 to 2019, that you should be telling me in the comment section, guys. And the right answer is 12.3%. So 12.3 percentage points decline हुआ है extreme poverty when I talk about from 2011 to 2019 in India. ठीक है जी. And when we talk about the extreme poverty count, which fell from 22.5% in 2011 to 10.2% in 2019, and the decline in rural areas was much higher than in the urban areas. See guys, here from here a statement based question can also be asked in the exam, and that's why you should be ready for every kind of question. And I really believe कि अगर आपने इसको सेशन को अच्छे से किया है, then you will be able to answer all such kind of questions on the reports and indices in the exam. ठीक है, moving on to the next question. Now the next question is, which among the following organization has released 2022 Financing for Sustainable Development report, Bridging the Finance Divide? So what is the name of the organization which has released this report, guys? This is UNDESA, that is United Nations Department of Economic and Social Affairs, which has released the report, that is 2022 Financing for Sustainable Development report, Bridging the Finance Divide. That is the right answer to this question. Absolutely, all of you have given the right answers. So here some recommendations from this particular report are also mentioned there. You can just go through them on your own. Let us move on to the next question. So the next question is, what is the number of people who have entered into extreme poverty in 2021? See, one of the student was earlier saying that how to remember, because these extreme poverty estimations are different by the different reports. See, this is the manner how you can remember them, by solving the MCQs on them, by revising them again and again, and that is basically the key to cover such kind of questions. For example, when I talk about this report, that is 2022 Financing the Sustainable Divide report, here you can see that what exactly is the number of people who have entered the extreme poverty in 2021 due to COVID-19 pandemic. Here guys, the right answer to the question is 77 million people. So here you can see COVID-19 plunged 77 million more people into the extreme poverty in 2021. ठीक है जी. Now the next question is on the National Time Release Study 2022. So quickly tell me what is the right answer to this question. You're just required to tell me the name of the organization which has released the National Time Release Study 2022. So guys, quickly tell me what is the right answer here. Niti Aayog, NSO, RBI, CBIC, or the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. See, this particular report basically assesses कि जब भी हमारा कोई शिप आता है और वो एक्सपोर्ट इंपोर्ट के लिए, तो ये जो शिप्स हैं कितने टाइम में बेसिकली हम वो पूरी की पूरी साइक्लिक प्रोसेस को कवर कर पाते हैं. दिस इज बेसिकली बीइंग असेस्ड बाय दिस पर्टिकुलर रिपोर्ट. एंड व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट द राइट आंसर टू दिस क्वेश्चन, द राइट आंसर इज CBIC, that is Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Customs. Now tell me that which among the following is not one of the category of ports analyzed as per the NTRS 2022, that is the National Time Release Study 2022. Let's see who will answer the question here. Which of the following is not one of the category of the ports? See, when I talk about this particular report, basically assesses the situation across different kind of ports, across different kind of the category of ports. So what exactly is not under this particular category? It is basically none of them, because all of the above mentioned ports are the part of the analysis which is being done by NTRS. So here when I talk about the different ports, these are seaports, air cargo complexes, inland container depots, integrated checkposts. Now when I talk about that, what exactly is the impact of that? See, when I talk about the coverage of this particular report, this report covers 15 major custom formations, जिसके अंदर 80% of the bills of entry को ये cover करता है, and also 70% of the shipping bills, and that really shows the impactfulness of this particular report. Now there is one more question from the important finding of this report. See, we have covered the releasing body, we have covered the framework, and now we are doing the question on the important finding. So now the question is, according to the recently released National Time Release Study 2022, what is the improvement in air cargo complexes category? तो air cargo complexes category के अंदर what exactly is the improvement here? That is what you should tell me here. Is it 2%, 12%, 14%, 16%, or none of the above? तो राइट आंसर इज 16%. तो यहाँ पर जब हम बात करते हैं प्रीवियस ईयर के साथ कंपेयर करते हैं, तो सभी पोर्ट्स के लिए आपको दिया गया है. फॉर एग्जांपल इट वाज 2% फॉर ICP, 16% फॉर द ACC, 12% फॉर द सी पोर्ट्स, एंड 12% फॉर द ICDS. ठीक है जी, आई होप दिस इज क्लियर गाइज. You should be remembering such kind of data from the exam point of view. Let's move on to the next question. Now the next question is from a very important report, that is care at work, investing in the care leave and services for a more gender equal world of work. तो यहाँ पर आपको मुझे बताना है that what is the number of jobs that can be generated by 2035 in millions by investing in the child care and long term services. Is it 187, 234, 278, 299 or 343? Basically it is in the terms of millions. ठीक है जी. So now quickly tell me that what is the right answer to this question. What exactly is the number of jobs that can be generated by 2035? And here guys, the right answer is 299. So why I was saying that this report is important? Because this report has been released by the ILO, that is International Labour Organization. तो International Labour Organization की ये report है जिसने इसको release किया है. When I talk about the number of jobs that it is going to be created, that is 299 million jobs by year 2035. जिसमें कि 234 million jobs will go to women. The findings that has been presented by this particular report released by ILO. So here Preeti Maurya, Rohit, Sonali, SA, everybody has given the right answer to the question number 27. Moving on to the next question guys. The next question is, which among the following organization has recently released MMB Health Trends report? So guys, quickly tell me that what is the right answer to this question. Here you are going to tell me here that what exactly the name of the organization which has come up with this particular report, which is MMB Health Trends report, and the right answer is Mercer Marsh Benefits, which has released this report. ठीक है, अगर आपको MMB की full form पता है यहाँ पर, then also you can basically answer this question correctly here. Very good. Moving on to the next question. As per this report, what is the percentage by which cost associated with the employer sponsored medical benefits program increased in India 2022? So basically जो employer sponsored हमारे medical benefits होते हैं उसकी जो cost है वो कितना % increase हुई है, that is what you are required to tell me in this question. And here guys, the right answer is 15% as per this particular report. ठीक है. Now, which among the following organization has released India's SaaS landscape report, punching through the global packing order? So this is basically the question here, and you are required to tell me the name of the organization which has released this particular report. See guys, these are the kind of questions that are being asked in the exam on these lines only, and you will be finding here that very easy questions here. But यहाँ पर क्या चीज़ important इसको बनाती है, क्या इसको difficult बनाती है, that is the revision. That is, these are really data heavy. डेटा हैवी होने की वजह से यहाँ पर स्टूडेंट्स आर नॉट एबल टू मेमोराइज दिस पर्टिकुलर रिपोर्ट्स. वो क्वेश्चंस को रिमेंबर नहीं कर पाते हैं क्योंकि सभी डेटा एक जैसा लगता है. बट व्हाट एग्जैक्टली इज द की टू इट, दैट इज RRR स्ट्रेटजी दैट आई ऑलरेडी टोल्ड यू इन अर्लियर इन दिस पर्टिकुलर सेशन. ठीक है, absolutely right guys. The right answer to the question is both Shirate Ventures and Zinov, which have together released this particular report, that is India SaaS landscape report. Now tell me that what is the current rank of India in the largest SaaS provider in the world. What exactly is India's rank guys here? India's rank is very important. India specific findings are very important, and that's why you should cover them. And here the right answer is 3. So India is basically थर्ड अक्रॉस द वर्ल्ड इन द लार्जेस्ट सास प्रोवाइडर इन द वर्ल्ड. और यहाँ पर बात करें जब टॉप 2 कंट्रीज की, तो टॉप 2 कंट्रीज कौन सी हैं? दीज आर यूएस एंड चाइना. ठीक है, तो टॉप पे है यूएस, देन चाइना एंड देन आर लवली इंडिया. ठीक है जी, hope this helpful. Moving on to the next question guys. The next question is, by which year Indian SaaS startups will reach नेट रेवेन्यू ऑफ $100 बिलियन. तो $100 बिलियन तक हमारी नेट रेवेन्यू कितनी पहुंच जाएगी? बाय विच ईयर इट इज गोइंग टू टेक प्लेस? इट इज बेसिकली बाय 2026, बाय विच वी आर गोइंग टू रीच द नेट रेवेन्यू ऑफ $100 बिलियन. दैट इज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट डेटा फ्रॉम दिस रिपोर्ट. Which among the following organization has recently released the Indian Payment Handbook 2021-2026? Is it the RBI, Niti Aayog, PricewaterhouseCoopers, Boston Consulting Group, and McKinsey guys? Let's see who will tell me the right answer here. The Indian Payment Handbook 2021-2026, a report which is related to the banking here. Banking से related report है. ऐसे reports के ऊपर questions आते हैं. I told you that there was a question on ease reforms in the previous year, and that's why it is really very important to be covered. So when I talk about the name of the organization which has released this report, it is PricewaterhouseCoopers. PwC is the right answer to this question. Now the next question is, what is the expected number of domestic digital payment transactions by fiscal year 26 as per the recently released India Payment Handbook 2021-2026? See guys, यहाँ पर बात हो रही है digital payment transactions की. The whole country is basically moving towards the digitization, और यहाँ पर digital transactions को को जितना प्रमोट किया जा रहा है, व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट द यूपीआई, तो यूपीआई के चलते, नेट बैंकिंग के चलते, वी हैव रियली इंक्रीज द proportion of the digital payment transactions from the previous years. And now when I talk about that what exactly is going to be the expected number of domestic digital payment transactions, it is $217 billion. ठीक है जी, I hope this is clear guys. Now moving on to the next question. Now the next question is, which among the following organization has recently released the Climate Change 2022 Mitigation of the Climate Change? A very important report. और ये report seriously guys, this is most of the times it is in the news, क्योंकि यहाँ पर हर बार कोई ना कोई group of scientists either releases this report, and that is why I really want all of you to answer this question correctly in the comment section. And here absolutely right guys, the right answer to this question is Intergovernmental Panel on the Climate Change, that is IPCC, which releases the report that is the Climate Change 2022 Mitigation of the Climate Change. ठीक है, moving on to the next question guys. The next question is on the Democracy Report 2022 Autocratization Changing Nature. So quickly tell me what is the name of the organization which has released this report. Democracy Report 2022 Autocratization Changing Nature. Is it World Bank, Institute of Peace and Economics, then we have United Nations Development Program, VDEM Institute, or the Right Move? What is the name of that organization which has released the Democracy Report 2022? And all of the people are saying that VDEM is the right answer. Absolutely right guys, the right answer is VDEM Institute, which has released this particular report. Now tell me the name of the country which has topped the Democracy Report 2022 Autocratization Changing Nature. See guys, top performing, worst performing, India की rank, a very very important part that should be covered from the exam point of view. Exam के अंदर इन्हीं lines पर questions आएंगे. So when I talk about the country which has topped this particular report, it was Sweden. ठीक है जी, अब आपको मुझे बताना है कि इंडिया की रैंक क्या थी इन द डेमोक्रेसी रिपोर्ट 2022. We have discussed releasing body, we have discussed the top performer, now we will be discussing what exactly is India's rank in this particular report. So when I talk about the India rank, India was ranked 93 in this particular report. Absolutely right, all of you have given the right answer, that is 93. Option number 4, that is 93. Well done guys. Now moving on to the next question. The next question is, which among the following organization has released Designing the Future of Dispute Resolution, the ODR Policy Plan for India? Designing the Future of Dispute Resolution, the ODR Policy Plan for India. This is the name of the report. You are going to tell me the name of the organization which has released this particular report. And here the right answer is Niti Aayog. See guys, once again I am telling you, the reports released by Niti Aayog, they are very important from the exam point of view. ठीक है, चाहे वो 4 महीने पहले रिलीज हुई हो, इट इज रियली वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, क्योंकि नीति आयोग हमारा काफी इंपॉर्टेंट इंस्टीट्यूशन है इन इंडिया और वो काफी सारी रिपोर्ट्स रिलीज करता है. तो एक लिस्ट तो आप बेशक अपने नीति आयोग की बना सकते हैं कि नीति आयोग ने जितनी रिपोर्ट्स रिलीज की हैं guys, you can just list them down on one of the paper and then you can remember all the important data about these particular reports. ठीक है, moving on to the next question guys. Now the next question is, which among the following organization has recently released present and potential contribution of the microfinance to India's economy? Guys, speed up. Now you're really required to quickly tell me that what exactly is the right answer in the comment section. You have to increase your speeds because अगर हम कम से कम टाइम में इस particular session को finish करते हैं, then you will be having more time to revise this particular part. So now quickly tell me that what exactly is the name of the organization which has released the present and potential contribution of microfinance to India's economy. And the right answer is MFIN and National Council of Applied Economic Research, that is NCAER and MFIN. ठीक है जी, I hope this is clear guys. Now moving on to the next question. So what is the contribution of microfinance sector to the India's GVA, that is gross value added, in 2018-2019? So as per the report, that is the present and potential contribution of microfinance to the India's economy. What exactly is the contribution of microfinance sector to the India's GVA in 2018-2019? What is the right answer to this question? Absolutely right guys, the right answer is 2.03%. So यहाँ पर Satakshi, Rohit, Sakshi, Puneet, everybody has given the right answer, that is 2.03%. Absolutely right. Now we have covered the April report, we have covered the March report. Now we will be covering the March 2022. ठीक है जी, हमने April और May 2022 की reports को cover कर लिया है. And now this is the time that we should dive into the deep of the March 2022 report. ठीक है, let's begin the very first question with the March 2022 report, and the very first question is on the United Nations World Water Development Report 2022, Groundwater making the visible. So now guys, quickly tell me the name of the organization which has released this particular report. See, यूनाइटेड नेशंस की रिपोर्ट है और यहां पर इट इज बेसिकली ऑन द सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट एंड एनवायरमेंटल इश्यूज. दैट इज द रीजन दैट दिस रिपोर्ट इज रियली वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू बी कवर्ड फ्रॉम द एग्जाम पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू, एंड द राइट आंसर इज यूनेस्को. सी गाइस, यूनेस्को की ये रिपोर्ट है जो कि आपको पता होना चाहिए. सो हर्षल सिंह से ब्रेक फॉर 1 minute. सी गाइस, आफ्टर दिस पर्टिकुलर नाबार्ड एग्जाम यू हैव अ टाइम टू टेक अ ब्रेक, ठीक है जी, बट टिल देन यू आर रियली गोइंग टू बी वेरी वेरी एनर्जेटिक, जिससे कि आप अपने एग्जाम के लिए बहुत ही फुर्ती से प्रिपरेशन कर सकें और साथ ही साथ दिस इज द टाइम ऑफ द रिवीजन. और यहां पर आपको अपनी रेस्ट की नहीं, यू हैव टू मेंटेन योर स्टैमिना इन ऑर्डर टू अपीयर फॉर द एग्जाम. ठीक है, स्टैमिना बरकरार रहना चाहिए, एनर्जी बरकरार रहनी चाहिए. ठीक है, मूविंग ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन गाइस. नाउ द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, which among the following countries the largest groundwater user globally as per the recently released United Nations World Water Development Report, Groundwater making the invisible visible. So guys, quickly tell me that what exactly is the name of the country which is going to the largest groundwater user globally, and this is none other than India. That is our own country which is going to be the largest groundwater user globally. ठीक है जी, I hope this is clear. Moving on to the next question guys. The next question, what is the percentage of total volume abstracted for use in the agriculture sector? See why we are covering this report. Agriculture sector के ऊपर एक important finding दी गई है कि इसमें से जो water की consumption है वो agriculture sector से कितनी होने वाली है, and that is why you must be thinking that yes, last 3 months report are very very important guys from the exam point of view. But why we are covering these reports? Because in reports के अंदर you will see that there are related to various topics. We have food, we have agriculture, we have environment, we have education, and that is the thing which makes these reports really very important to be covered. So when I talk about the right answer to this question, the right answer is 69%. Absolutely right. Anuradha, Sonali, Rathod, Manjunath, Rohit, everybody has given the right answer. Megha, Herschel, Albert, everybody is rocking with their answer. That is 69%. Well done guys. Moving on to the next question. Now the next question is on the Wealth Report 2022. Tell me quickly that what is the rank of India in terms of billionaires. जब हम बात करें billionaires की, इंडिया के अंदर कितने billionaires हैं, उसमें आप मुझे बताना है that what exactly is the rank of India in the terms of billionaires as per the Wealth Report 2022. And when I talk about the India's rank, it is third in terms of the number of billionaires. ठीक है जी, तो जब हम बात करते हैं कि कंट्री विच इज ऑन द टॉप, इट इज यूएसए विच इज हैविंग द मैक्सिमम नंबर ऑफ बिलियनियर्स. ठीक है, एंड इंडिया इज ऑन द थर्ड इन दिस पर्टिकुलर रिपोर्ट. आई होप गाइस दिस इज वेरी मच क्लियर टू ऑल ऑफ यू. मूविंग ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. Now tell me the name of the body of the name of the organization which has released the report, Trade and Development Report Update, Tapering in a Time of Conflict. We all know that a Russia-Ukraine crisis is going on even till now, and seriously the trades have really hampered. तो इस दौरान इस टाइम ऑफ कन्फ्लिक्ट के अंदर ट्रेड और जो डेवलपमेंट है उसके बारे में अगर हमें कोई डेटा चाहिए तो कहाँ से मिलेगा? इस रिपोर्ट से मिलेगा. और वो कौन सी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है जिसको इसको रिलीज किया है? दैट इज UNCTAD. ठीक है जी, तो UNCTAD is the name of that organization, that is United Nations Conference on Trade and Development, which has released this report, that is the Trade and Development Report Update. Moving on to the next question, which among the following organization has released the Unified District Information System for the Education Plus Report 2020-2021? See guys, I am going to tell you here a very very important thing. This is a very very important report from the exam point of view. We have seen questions coming from the ACER report earlier in the previous editions of the NABARD Grade A exam, and now this year there was a report which is UDISE plus report which was released in the month of March, and that is why you are really required to cover this report. और यहाँ पर मैं बता दूं कि बहुत सारे बच्चे ऐसे हैं जो इस क्वेश्चन का आंसर गलत देने वाले हैं. Most of the people are going to give the answer incorrect to this question. Let's see who will answer the question correctly here. So here, as I already told you that there will be some people who will be answering the question as a Pratham, but guys, Pratham is not the right answer. The right answer is the Ministry of Education which has released this report, that is Unified District Information System for Education Plus Report 2020-2021. Now moving on to the next question, a very important finding from this report. What is the number of students enrolled in the school education from primary to higher secondary level in 2020-2021? See guys, let's quickly tell me what is the right answer. What is the number of students enrolled here in the school education from primary to secondary level in 2020-2021? And here guys, the right answer is option 2, that is 25.38 crore. Absolutely. Here in the comments I'm seeing that the people are saying Pratham. See guys, Pratham की बात करें तो Pratham जो है हमारा NGO, it is basically a non-government organization. NGO Pratham releases a report, that is Acer report. ठीक है जी. जब हम बात करते हैं UDISC प्लस रिपोर्ट की, इट इज बीइंग रिलीज्ड बाय द मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ एजुकेशन. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे दोनों चीजें आपको याद रखनी है फ्रॉम द एग्जाम पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. और जब हम बात करते हैं टोटल स्टूडेंट्स की इन द स्कूल एजुकेशन फ्रॉम प्राइमरी टू हायर सेकेंडरी, इट वाज 25.38 करोड़. टीचर्स की स्ट्रेंथ की बात करें तो 96.96 लाख टीचर्स आर एंगेज इन द स्कूल एजुकेशन. ठीक है, I hope this is clear guys. Moving on to the next question. As per the recently UDISC plus report, what is the number of enrolled girls from primary to higher secondary level? See, gender issues एक बहुत ही important topic है, education एक बहुत ही important topic है. आप हमेशा देखिए, अपने syllabus के साथ relate करिए किसी particular question को, किसी particular report को, किसी particular news article को. Then you will basically understand that what exactly is the importance of that. Most of the people will be thinking कि ठीक है ये मार्च की रिपोर्ट थी, अब हम ना भी करें तो भी चलेगा सेशन में पार्टिसिपेट. बट गाइज ऐसा नहीं है, ये रिपोर्ट्स भी आपकी इंपॉर्टेंट हैं. एंड दैट इज व्हाई वी हैव कम अप विद दी सेलेक्टेड रिपोर्ट्स फ्रॉम द मंथ ऑफ मार्च एंड फरवरी एज वेल, जहां पर हम सिर्फ सेलेक्टेड रिपोर्ट्स करने वाले हैं दैट आर रियली वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फ्रॉम द एग्जाम पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. ठीक है, सो हियर द राइट आंसर इज 12.2 करोड़. एब्सोल्युटली राइट, ऑल ऑफ यू हैव गिवन द राइट आंसर्स. Moving on to the next question. So which of the following district has topped in the list of top performers in stunting prevalence as per the release data on NFHS 5? National Family Health Survey 5 का डेटा रिलीज किया गया था, उसके अंदर आपको मुझे बताना है the name of the district which has topped the list of top performers in the stunting prevalence. And here guys the right answer is Jagatsinghpur. ठीक है जी, तो जगत सिंहपुर इज द नेम ऑफ द डिस्ट्रिक्ट विच हैज बेसिकली टॉप्ड इन द स्टंटिंग प्रिवेलेंस एज पर नेशनल फैमिली हेल्थ सर्वे 5 डेटा. ठीक है, नाउ द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. विच अमंग द फॉलोइंग स्टेट हैज टॉप्ड इन द परफॉर्मेंस इन द अंडरवेट प्रिवेलेंस एज पर द NFHS 5 डेटा? सी गाइस, NFHS 5 डेटा विच वाज रिलीज इन द मंथ ऑफ मार्च 2022, उसके अकॉर्डिंग जब हम देखें कि भाई परफॉर्मेंस अगर देखें हम अंडरवेट प्रिवेलेंस की, तो कौन सी स्टेट है वो? इट इज बेसिकली मिजोरम विच इज हैविंग द विच हैज टॉप्ड इन द परफॉर्मेंस इन अंडरवेट प्रिवेलेंस. ठीक है जी, आई होप दिस इज क्लियर. Moving on to the next question, and the next question is once again on the NFHS 5, that is which among the following districts is the worst performer in wasting prevalence? See, यहाँ पर wasting, stunting, these are very very important data, और इनके ऊपर आप देखेंगे कि एग्जाम के अंदर across the years we have seen questions coming from such kind of data. And when I talk about the right answer to this question कि worst performer कौन था wasting prevalence में, it was करीमगंज. ठीक है जी, सो करीमगंज was the worst performer here as per the NFHS 5 data. Now let's move on to the next question. Now the next question is on worst performer in the stunting prevalence. In the previous question we have covered one such kind of parameter. Now you are required to tell me कि stunting prevalence के अंदर कौन सा इसमें से स्टेट है जो कि worst performer था, and that was मेघालय. ठीक है जी, तो मेघालय was the worst performer in the stunting prevalence as per the National Family Health Survey 5. And see guys, these are the things that you should remember from the exam point of view. I really believe that all of you are really very much clear to this kind of data. Now moving on to the next question. The next question is on the World Air Quality Report 2021. So which among the following countries is the most polluted country in the world as per the recently released World Air Quality Report 2021? Is it Bangladesh, Chad, or Pakistan, India, or China? Let's see who will answer the question correctly here. Most polluted country, and guys, it is Bangladesh. When I talk about the most polluted country as per the World Air Quality Report 2021, it is Bangladesh. ठीक है जी, so guys मजा आ रहा है कि नहीं? See, ये जो सेशन है आपका सबसे ज्यादा आपको एंजॉय आप तभी करेंगे when you will be participating in this particular session. आपका पार्टिसिपेशन is really very important from the exam point of view, क्योंकि आप जितनी गलतियां यहाँ पर कर लेंगे सेशन के अंदर, वो गलतियां इज रियली गोइंग टू हेल्प यू इन आंसरिंग द क्वेश्चंस करेक्टली इन द एग्जाम. क्योंकि आपको याद रहेगा कि उस पर्टिकुलर सेशन के अंदर कौशिक सर का जो वो सेशन था उसमें हमने ये गलती की थी, और ये हमें आज अपने एग्जाम में नहीं करनी है. ठीक है जी, तो ये सब चीजें हैं जो आपको याद रखने की जरूरत है. मूविंग ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, बट बिफोर दैट एब्सोल्युटली मोस्ट ऑफ द पीपल हैव गिवन मी एब्सोल्युटली राइट. सो हियर गाइस व्हेन आई टॉक अबाउट बांग्लादेश वाज द मोस्ट पोल्यूटेड कंट्री, और जब हम बात करते हैं कि उसके बाद कौन सी कंट्रीज थी, इट वाज बेसिकली शैड, पाकिस्तान, Tajikistan and India, which are the top 5 polluted countries here. ठीक है जी, सो हियर इट इज राइट. एंड व्हेन आई टॉक अबाउट द वर्ल्ड्स मोस्ट पोल्यूटेड कैपिटल सिटी कौन सी मोस्ट पोल्यूटेड है, दैट इज न्यू दिल्ली. तो यहां पर ये दो चीजें याद रखने की इंपॉर्टेंट है. Bangladesh is the most polluted country in the world. New Delhi is the world's most polluted capital city. ठीक है जी, I hope that this is very much clear to all of you. I really believe that this is very much clear. Let's move on to the next question, guys. The next question is on the World Happiness Report 2022. A very very important report, guys, क्योंकि ये बहुत ही important organization इसको release करता है. World Happiness Report 2022, which among the following organization which has released this report? It is United Nations Sustainable Development Solutions Network. अब इस रिपोर्ट के अंदर टॉप परफॉर्मर कौन था, वर्स्ट परफॉर्मर कौन था, इंडिया की रैंक क्या है, ठीक है जी. सो दीज आर द थिंग्स दैट वी विल बी डिस्कसिंग इन द अपकमिंग स्लाइड्स हियर. सो यहां पर आपको मुझे सबसे पहले बताना है कि कौन सी कंट्री ने इस पर्टिकुलर वर्ल्ड हैप्पीनेस रिपोर्ट को टॉप किया है, जहां पर सबसे ज्यादा लोग खुश रहते हैं. बेसिकली दिस इज बीइंग असेस्ड बाय दिस पर्टिकुलर रिपोर्ट बाय द UNDSN. एंड गाइस, हियर द राइट आंसर टू द क्वेश्चन इज Finland. Finland is the name of the country where the people are most happy, and this is the report, that is the World Happiness Report, where Finland was a top performer. ठीक है जी. सो here you can see from such kind of reports you can get the idea कि कितने इंपॉर्टेंट ये जो रिपोर्ट्स है जो हम आज के इस सेशन के अंदर डिस्कस कर रहे हैं. ठीक है. नाउ गाइस, क्विकली टेल मी व्हाट इज इंडियाज रैंक. इंडिया की रैंक क्या थी इन द वर्ल्ड हैप्पीनेस रिपोर्ट 2022? इट वाज 117, 123, 136, 139 or none of the above. So let's see who will answer the question correctly here. India's rank in the World Happiness Report 2022. Absolutely right, guys. It is 136. India's rank was 136. But यहाँ पर सिर्फ इंडिया की प्रेजेंट रैंक को ही याद नहीं रखना है, इंडिया की प्रीवियस एडिशन की रैंक को भी आपको याद रखना है. That was 139th in year 2021. तो इंडिया की रैंक थी 139 in year 2021. It has improved to 136 position in year 2022. ठीक है जी. I hope this is clear, guys. Moving on to the next question. Here you are required to tell me, जब हम बात करते हैं रिपोर्ट की जो इस क्वेश्चन के अंदर है, दैट इज द स्कॉच स्टेट ऑफ गवर्नेंस रिपोर्ट कार्ड 2021. So quickly tell me the name of the state which has topped the recently released Scotch State of Governance Report Card 2021. Is it Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, West Bengal, Himachal Pradesh or Kerala? And guys, here the right answer is Andhra Pradesh, which has topped the Scotch State of Governance Report Card 2021. ठीक है जी. Now here you can see that there are very very important things which are mentioned here. जब हम बात करते हैं, आंध्र प्रदेश was the top performer in this particular part. Second rank पे कौन था? It was West Bengal. Third position was basically attained by Odisha, and Gujarat was ranked 4th in this particular index. ठीक है जी. गुजरात 4th नंबर पे था, और यहां पर आप देख सकते हो कि टॉप पे है आंध्र प्रदेश. ठीक है. आई होप दैट दिस इज वेरी मच क्लियर. नाउ गाइस, मूविंग ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. द नेम ऑफ द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन व्हिच हैज रिलीज्ड द स्टेट ऑफ द इंडियाज एनवायरनमेंट रिपोर्ट 2022. स्टेट ऑफ द इंडियाज एनवायरनमेंट रिपोर्ट 2022 organization which has released this, it is basically Center for Science and Environment and Down to Earth. They have together released the report, that is State of India's Environment Report 2022. ठीक है. मूविंग ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. द स्टेट विच हैज टॉप्ड द स्टेट ऑफ इंडियाज एनवायरनमेंट रिपोर्ट 2022. क्विकली टेल मी गाइस व्हाट इज द राइट आंसर हियर. यहां पर आप देख सकते हो स्टेट ऑफ द वर्ल्ड फॉरेस्ट रिपोर्ट के ऊपर हमने क्वेश्चंस पढ़े हैं. नाउ इट इज द स्टेट ऑफ इंडियाज एनवायरनमेंट रिपोर्ट. कितने इंपॉर्टेंट ये रिपोर्ट है. आई हैव ऑलरेडी टोल्ड यू, UNEP की एमिशन गैप रिपोर्ट के ऊपर प्रीवियस एडिशन में क्वेश्चन आया था, और ऐसी रिपोर्ट्स हैं जो डोमिनेट करती हैं रिपोर्ट्स एंड इंडिसेस को. That is the sustainable development and environmental issues. And guys, here when I talk about the right answer to this question, the right answer is Kerala. Absolutely right, guys. All of you have given the right answer. I'm really glad to see your participation in the comment section. All of you are really rocking today in this particular session. See guys, you are the stars of this particular session. So Anuradha, Puneet, Anamika, Thanga, Harshal, everybody has given the right answer. That is Kerala. ठीक है जी. आई होप दैट दिस इज वेरी मच क्लियर टू ऑल ऑफ यू गाइज. दीज आर सम इंपॉर्टेंट अदर lines about this particular report that you can go through on your own. Let's move on to the next question. So now another question. We have always seen that there are questions on the target years which are there in the exam की किस ईयर तक इंडिया इज गोइंग टू अचीव दैट पर्टिकुलर टारगेट. और जब हम बात करते हैं इस रिपोर्ट की, इट इज गिविंग अस द डेटा अबाउट द टारगेट ईयर टू डिजिटाइज ऑल लैंड रिकॉर्ड्स. तो हम कैसे डिजिटाइज कर पाएंगे सभी लैंड रिकॉर्ड्स को, किस ईयर तक कर पाएंगे, दैट इज द वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट. एंड बाय विच ईयर वी आर गोइंग टू अचीव दिस टारगेट, दैट इज 2022, by which we will be able to digitize all the land records. So the people who are basically giving the right answer, that is 2023 guys, this is not the right answer. Anuradha, 2023 is not the right answer, it is 2022. ठीक है जी. So here some of the people are also opting the option number 2024, 2023. Guys, please mark this answer. It is 2022, the State of India's Environment Report 2022. ठीक है जी. I hope that this is very much clear to all of you. Now moving on to the next question. According to the recently released Innovation in India's Rural Economy, what is the agricultural credit granted in 2019-2020? A very important report, guys. Why it is important? See, it is talking about the rural economy. रूरल इकोनॉमी की बात कर रहा है और उसके बाद एग्रीकल्चर से रिलेटेड एक डेटा पूछ रहा है. एंड हु विल से दैट दिस रिपोर्ट इज नॉट इंपॉर्टेंट फ्रॉम द एग्जाम पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू? सी, दिस इज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट रिपोर्ट. एंड नाउ व्हेन आई टॉक अबाउट दैट व्हाट एग्जैक्टली इज द एग्रीकल्चर क्रेडिट ग्रांटेड इन 2019-2020, इट इज 14 लाख करोड़ रुपीज. ठीक है जी. सो दीज आर द डेटा दैट यू शुड रिमेंबर फ्रॉम द एग्जाम पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. जो हम बात करते हैं कि इस रिपोर्ट को रिलीज किसने किया है, इट वाज रिलीज बाय कॉन्फेडरेशन ऑफ इंडियन इंडस्ट्री एंड बेन एंड कंपनी, जिसने इस रिपोर्ट को रिलीज किया है. दिस रिपोर्ट वाज on the India's rural economy. In NABARD, we all know that agriculture and rural development is very important. Here we have rural economy, and the data about it, that is agriculture, was also mentioned there. That shows the importance of this report. ठीक है जी. Moving on to the next question. Which among the following state has maximum number of cases registered in 2020 as per the recently released atrocities against scheduled caste people? So atrocities against scheduled caste, कौन सी state है which is having the maximum number of cases registered in 2020? Here the right answer is Uttar Pradesh, which is having the highest number of atrocities against the scheduled caste people as per this particular report. ठीक है जी. द रिपोर्ट इसको रिलीज किसने किया है? दैट इज एनसीआरबी, नेशनल क्राइम रिकॉर्ड्स ब्यूरो, विच हैज रिलीज दिस पर्टिकुलर रिपोर्ट. ठीक है. तो अगला क्वेश्चन भी है सेम रिपोर्ट के ऊपर. यहां पर आपको मुझे बताना है द नंबर ऑफ केसेस रजिस्टर्ड अंडर द शेड्यूल्ड कास्ट एंड शेड्यूल्ड ट्राइब प्रिवेंशन ऑफ एट्रोसिटीज एक्ट 1989 इन 2020. इन द प्रीवियस क्वेश्चन वी हैव कवर्ड द नेम ऑफ द स्टेट. द स्टेट वाज उत्तर प्रदेश. बट जब हम बात करते हैं ओवरऑल जो नंबर ऑफ केसेस हैं विच हैव बीन रजिस्टर्ड अंडर दिस पर्टिकुलर पार्ट, द एक्ट हैज बीन मेंशन्ड हियर. Here the number of cases are 58,538. This is a question from the social justice. ठीक है जी. I hope this is clear, guys. Moving on to the next question here. The next question is here on your screen. The question is, which among the following organization has released the Seeing the Unseen, the case for action in the neglected crisis of unintended pregnancy? ठीक है जी. तो quickly tell me what is the right answer here. Is it World Bank, UND, United Nations Development Fund, United Nations Population Fund, नीति आयोग और यूनिसेफ? Let's see who will answer the question correctly here. कौन सी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन इस रिपोर्ट को रिलीज किया है? तो राइट आंसर इज यूनाइटेड नेशंस पॉपुलेशन फंड, which has released this particular report. ठीक है. Moving on to the next question. The question number 25 here. So the question is, what is the number of unintended pregnancies globally each year between 2015 and 2019? See guys, I am going to tell you here that the data regarding this particular question, जिसके ऊपर एक question based है, it was really in the news और काफी लंबे टाइम तक ये न्यूज के अंदर रहा था. And that is why this data is really very important. ठीक है. You are going to thank me later when you will find such kind of questions in the exam. Seriously guys, these reports are really very important from the exam point of view. And when I talk about the right answer to this question, the right answer is 1 to 1 million. This is the data which was really in the news for the very long time, and that is why it is the right answer to this question. This is really very much required for all of you to cover from the exam point of view. ठीक है जी. Moving on to the next question, guys. What is the percentage of the abortions performed globally unsafe? So basically it is talking about the unsafe abortions which are being performed globally across the world. It is 45%. So 45% of the abortions which are being performed globally, these are unsafe in nature and they are not safe for the health of the woman. This is what you should remember from the exam point of view, and this amounts to an estimated 73 million abortions per year on average in 2015-2019. ठीक है जी. So I hope that all the data is very much clear to all of you guys. Moving on to the next question. Now the next question is on the Export Preparedness Index 2021. Which among the following organization has recently released Export Preparedness Index 2021? See, we all know हमारा कुछ टारगेट था इस साल इंडिया का कि हम इतना एक्सपोर्ट कर देंगे. ठीक है. तो जब ऐसे डेटा की बात आती है तो सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है कि एक्सपोर्ट्स को बढ़ाया कैसे जाए. उसके लिए हमें असेस करना चाहिए कि हमारी जो इंडियन स्टेट्स हैं वो कितने प्रिपेयर्ड हैं, और इस तरीके का डेटा आपको कौन देगा बेसिकली. दैट इज व्हाट इज द राइट आंसर. दैट इज Niti Aayog in collaboration with the Institute of Competitiveness. I already told you you should make a list of the Niti Aayog reports. These are really very important, guys, from the exam point of view. Now, when I talk about the framework of this report entails 4 pillars, 11 sub-pillars and 60 indicators. But what exactly are these 4 pillars and which pillar is having the highest weightage? A question can also come on those lines. So what are these 4 pillars? These are policy, business ecosystem, export ecosystem and export performance. जब हम बात करते हैं हाईएस्ट वेटेज किसकी है, that is business ecosystem, which is having 40% of the weightage among these main pillars of this particular report. Now guys, quickly tell me the name of the state which has topped the Export Preparedness Index 2021. What is the name of the report which has released the Export Preparedness Index 2021? It is Gujarat, Haryana, Telangana, Tamil Nadu, Kerala or Karnataka. Guys, what is the right answer to this question? The Export Preparedness Index 2021, guys, here the right answer is Gujarat. Obviously, guys, Gujarat is a state which is having the maximum number of exports, and here in this particular report as well, Gujarat is a state which has topped this particular report. ठीक है, तो Gujarat was the top performer. Who was the worst performer? Lakshadweep was ranked at the bottom of the index. Absolutely, Rathod, Megha, Tanga, Sonali, Manjunath, Anamika, Shweta, Rohit Kumar. Guys, do not यहाँ पर आप प्लीज नाराज मत होइएगा कि अगर मैं आपका नाम ना पढ़ पाऊं, बिकॉज देयर आर लॉट ऑफ पीपल हु आर आंसरिंग द क्वेश्चन. आई एम रियली ग्लैड फॉर ऑल ऑफ यू दैट यू आर बेसिकली पार्टिसिपेटिंग इन दिस पर्टिकुलर सेशन. ठीक है जी. सो नाउ मूविंग ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. नाउ इट इज बेसिकली आस्किंग द क्वेश्चन ऑन सम डिफरेंट लाइन. द question is basically on the state which has topped this particular index, but basically it is asking you about the landlocked state category. वो कौन सी state है which is a landlocked state category and it has topped this particular index? The right answer is Haryana. Absolutely right, Albert. The right answer is Haryana. So Haryana is the right answer. Albert, Anuradha, Yadav, Megharun, everybody has given the answer correctly. So यहाँ पर हम करते हैं अपने सभी कैटेगरीज को डिस्कस जल्दी से जल्दी, जिससे कि आप सभी को पता चल जाए कि कौन कौन से कैटेगरीज हैं और टॉप परफॉर्मर कौन है. परफॉर्मेंस अगर हम देखें अक्रॉस डिफरेंट कैटेगरीज एंड द कोस्टल स्टेट्स, इट वाज गुजरात. ओवरऑल भी गाइस गुजरात ने टॉप किया है. वी हैव ऑलरेडी कवर्ड दैट पार्ट. लैंडलॉक्ड में देखें तो हरियाणा वाज द टॉपर. हिमालय स्टेट्स में देखें तो उत्तराखंड वाज द टॉपर. यूनियन टेरिटरीज और सिटीज में देखा जाए तो दिल्ली वाज द टॉप परफॉर्मर इन दिस पर्टिकुलर रिपोर्ट. ठीक है जी. सो गाइस, नाउ वी आर डन विद द मार्च रिपोर्ट्स. वी हैव कवर्ड ऑल द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट रिपोर्ट्स फ्रॉम द मंथ ऑफ मार्च 2022 एंड लेट्स मूव ऑन टू द February 2022 reports. So Preeti is saying that what exactly is a landlocked? See guys, landlocked states, for example, when I talk about the states which are on the coastal regions, ठीक है, द स्टेट्स विच आर ऑन द कोस्टल रीजन्स. तो अब यहाँ पर आप देख सकते हो कि अगर कोई ऐसी स्टेट है जिसको कि सभी ऐसी स्टेट्स ने घेर रखा है, एंड दैट इज द स्टेट विच हैज नॉट एनी काइंड ऑफ बाउंड्री विद द कोस्टल रीजन, दैट इज कॉल्ड द लैंडलॉक्ड स्टेट. ठीक है, आई होप दैट दिस इज वेरी मच क्लियर टू यू. नाउ व्हेन आई टॉक अबाउट गाइस February 2022. So now here is the very first question from the February 2022 for all of you. Quickly tell me what is the right answer to the question number 1. International Intellectual Property Index कौन सी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन इसको रिलीज करती है, और उसके बाद हम पढ़ेंगे ये भी इसके अलावा और ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट डायमेंशंस क्या है इस पर्टिकुलर रिपोर्ट की, दैट इज आल्सो वी आर गोइंग टू कवर. ठीक है. सो नाउ द वेरी फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज ऑन इंटरनेशनल इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी इंडेक्स. सो व्हाट एग्जैक्टली इज द राइट आंसर टू दिस क्वेश्चन? द राइट आंसर इज यूएस चैम्बर ऑफ कॉमर्स. सो हियर मोस्ट ऑफ द people I am saying that it is basically most of the people are saying that WIPO is the right answer to this question. So here Anamika is saying that landlocked means the state is bound by land. Absolutely, the state which is being bound by land, and as per that particular report, the landlocked category, Haryana was the state which has basically top this particular index. I hope that this is clear guys. Now we are into the February month, okay, and when I talk about the right answer to the very first question, it is US Chambers of Commerce. I am marking the star here क्योंकि बहुत सारे students ने इस question का wrong answer किया है, that is WIPO. See guys, WIPO is not the right answer here. The right answer is US Chambers of Commerce. That is the right answer. Moving on to the next question. Now tell me the name of the country which has topped the International Intellectual Property Index. Is it USA, UK, Germany, Norway or Switzerland? ठीक है जी. So guys, quickly tell me what is the right answer. The country which has topped this particular index, it is United States of America. USA has topped this particular index and it was on the top of the index. Now you are going to tell me the India's rank. When I talk about India's rank, it was on the 43rd position. ठीक है गाइस, सो इंडिया की रैंक थी यहाँ पर 43rd, टॉप पे था यूएसए, रिलीज किसने किया है, यूएस चैम्बर्स ऑफ कॉमर्स. सो द रिपोर्ट इज डन. Everything important from this report is already done. Now moving on to the next question. The next question is, which among the following city has topped the recently released Tomtom Traffic Index Ranking 2021? A very vague report, but still you are really required to cover it. Can come in the GA part of the question here. See guys, GA section में ये report आपकी आ सकती है. So when I talk about the right answer to this question, the right answer is Istanbul, which has basically topped this particular report, that is Tomtom Traffic Index Rankings 2021. So Istanbul in the Turkey has been declared as the most congested city in the world as per the ranking. And when we talk about the Indian cities, it was Mumbai which was ranked 5th place in the global rankings. Bengaluru was on the 10th place, Delhi was at 11th, and Pune was at the 21st position. ठीक है जी, I hope this is clear guys. Moving on to the next question. Now the next question is, according to the recently released Spreading Like Wildfire, the Rising Threat of Extraordinary Landscape Fire, what is the estimated percentage increase in the extreme fires by 2030? What exactly is the estimated percentage increase in the extreme fires by 2030? That is what you are required to tell me here. And here guys, the right answer is 14%. So 14% is the right answer. I'm really glad कि आप सभी ने इस क्वेश्चन का सही आंसर दिया है. That is option number 2, 14%. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पर इस रिपोर्ट को रिलीज किसने किया है? वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट, स्प्रेडिंग लाइक वाइल्ड फायर. द रिपोर्ट वॉज रिलीज बाय यूनाइटेड नेशंस एनवायरमेंट प्रोग्राम and Grid Arundel. These are the two organizations which have released this particular report together. और जब हम बात करते हैं global increase, percentage increase of extreme fires, it was 14% by 2030, 13% by 2050, and 50% by the end of the century. So these are the three data which this particular report presents to us, and that is what is the thing that you should remember from the exam point of view. Now, which among the following organization has recently released Wildlife Poaching and Illegal Trade in India 2020? Once again, a report that you should tell me that किस organization ने इसको release किया है, Wildlife Poaching and Illegal Trade in India 2020. And guys, the name of the organization which has released this report is Wildlife Conservation Society India. So Wildlife Conservation Society India ने इस particular report को release किया है. That is option number 4. The name of the report is Wildlife Poaching and Illegal Trade in India. So Harshal, Anuradha, Albert, everybody has given the answer correctly. That is Wildlife Conservation Society India. ठीक है जी, absolutely right. Now let's move on to the next question. Now tell me that which of the following state has reported highest number of wildlife poaching and trading incidents as per this report? See, जब हम बात करते हैं वाइल्ड लाइफ पोचिंग और ट्रेडिंग इंसिडेंट्स की, तो वो कौन सी स्टेट है जहां पर ये सबसे ज्यादा रिपोर्ट किया गया है? एंड दैट स्टेट इज बेसिकली कर्नाटका, विच हैज रिपोर्टेड द हाईएस्ट नंबर ऑफ वाइल्ड लाइफ पोचिंग एंड ट्रेडिंग. सो हियर यू कैन सी गाइस, दिस रिपोर्ट वाज रिलीज्ड बाय द वाइल्ड लाइफ कंजर्वेशन सोसाइटी इंडिया. 522 reports of the wildlife poaching and trade were reported in 2020. हाईएस्ट अगर हम देखें तो it was basically from the state of Karnataka. ठीक है, I hope this is clear guys. Now moving on to the next question. Now the next question is, which among the following organization has recently released the Delta Ranking December 2021? So the Delta Ranking December 2021 कौन सी organization ने रिलीज किया है इसे? नीति आयोग, Ministry of Home Affairs, RBI, NSO, or none of the above guys? What is the right answer to this question here? Delta Ranking December 2021 and the right answer is नीति आयोग. See guys, once again I am telling you कि आप सभी एक लिस्ट नीति आयोग की बना लीजिए और यहाँ पर उसकी जो रिपोर्ट्स हैं, they are really very important and we are covering them. और नीति आयोग की रिपोर्ट्स most of the times they are in the news and they are being asked in the exam as well. That is why they are really very important. ठीक है जी. और जो हम बात करते हैं इस पर्टिकुलर रिपोर्ट के पैरामीटर्स की, कि भाई ये जो रिपोर्ट्स हैं ये 5 broad socio-economic themes पर based है. That is health and nutrition, education, agriculture and water resources. Then we have financial inclusion and skill development and infrastructure. ठीक है जी. So this is the thing that you should really cover from the exam point of view. These are the framework. And now let's move on to the next question. The next question is the name of the organization. You are going to tell me here in the comment section, which has released the LEADS 2021 report. What does LEADS stand for? It stands for Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design. So Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design, what is the name of the organization which has released this report? It is US Green Building Council, which has come up with this particular report. That is Leadership in Energy Environmental Design 2021. Now the question is, which country has topped this LEADS report 2021? कौन सी country है जिसने इस report को top किया है? And the name of that particular country is China, which has topped in the LEADS 2021 report, that is Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design. So guys, here you can see that such kind of questions are being asked in the exam, and that is why it is really very important for you to cover such kind of reports. यहाँ पर जब हम बात करते हैं कि टॉपिक कौन था, वी हैव ऑलरेडी कवर्ड दैट चाइना वाज ऑन द टॉप, सेकंड पोजीशन पे था कनाडा, बट मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट चीज क्या है, मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट इज इंडियाज पोजीशन. इंडिया की पोजीशन क्या थी, इट वाज थर्ड इन दिस लीड्स 2021 रिपोर्ट व्हिच वाज रिलीज्ड बाय द यूएस ग्रीन बिल्डिंग काउंसिल. ठीक है जी, मूविंग ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन गाइस, व्हिच अमंग द फॉलोइंग ऑर्गेनाइजेशन हैज रिलीज्ड ऑनलाइन सेफ्टी एंड इंटरनेट एडिक्शन रिपोर्ट 2020? It is UNESCO, Care for You, World Health Organization, United Nations Children's Fund, and none of the above. See guys, now we are heading towards the end of our session. Last 10 questions अब बचे हैं. All of you are really required to participate in this particular session. सभी आंसर कीजिए बहुत जल्दी कि क्या है इस क्वेश्चन का सही आंसर. These are the last 10 questions of our today's most important reports and this session for the NABARD Grade A exam. See guys, here when I talk about the name of the organization which has released this report, it is Care for You, which has come up with the report that is Online Safety and Internet Addiction Report 2022. Now moving on to the very important report guys, that is the Global Digital Skill Index 2022. स्किल सेट की बात करते हैं, स्किल डेवलपमेंट की बात करते हैं, कितनी स्कीम्स है, कितने प्रोग्राम्स है जो कि रिलीज किए गए हैं स्किल डेवलपमेंट के लिए. इवन वी हैव अ मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ स्किल डेवलपमेंट गाइस. सो नाउ द क्वेश्चन इज Global Digital Skills Index 2022. Now just show me your skills and tell me the name of the organization which has released this particular report. Is it Hurun Research Initiative, WEF, Knight Frank, Salesforce, Deloitte? So here people are saying that some people are saying Salesforce is the right answer, some are going with the World Economic Forum. So all the people who have chosen Salesforce are the right. So all the people who have chosen Salesforce is the right answer guys. Option number 4 is the right answer. Now tell me the name of the country which has topped the Global Digital Skills Index 2022. Is it India, USA, Japan, Germany, or none of the above? Name the state which has topped this index, the country, and the right answer is India. So guys, here India has the highest readiness score at 63. तो इंडिया ने टॉप किया है और इंडिया का स्कोर क्या था, 63. That is also you should remember from the exam point of view. ठीक है guys, I hope this is clear. Moving on to the next question. Now the next question is, which among the following organization has recently released global analysis of healthcare waste in the context of COVID-19? See, COVID-19 आने के बाद we have generally seen कि यहाँ पर जो हमारा वेस्ट था, मेडिकल वेस्ट था, इट हैज रियली इंक्रीज. हेल्थ केयर वेस्ट जो था हमारा वो आफ्टर द अपकमिंग ऑफ कोविड-19 इट हैज रियली इंक्रीज. तो नाउ यू आर रिक्वायर्ड टू टेल मी कि कौन सी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है जो इसको रिलीज करती है. सी गाइस, इट इज अ वेरी हेल्पफुल क्वेश्चन फॉर ऑल ऑफ यू. दिस रिपोर्ट इज रिलेटेड टू द हेल्थ एंड दैट इज व्हाई द राइट आंसर विल बी वर्ल्ड हेल्थ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. अ वेरी वेरी इजी क्वेश्चन फॉर ऑल ऑफ यू. एंड नाउ देयर इज अ क्वेश्चन फॉर ऑल ऑफ यू. नाउ दिस इज अ चैलेंज टू ऑल ऑफ यू. नाउ लेट्स सी दैट हु विल आंसर द क्वेश्चन करेक्टली. हियर टू द क्वेश्चन नंबर 14. द क्वेश्चन इज, व्हाट इज द अमाउंट ऑफ नॉन इन्फेक्शियस वेस्ट दैट हैज बीन जनरेटेड बाय द टेस्ट किट्स एज पर द recently released global analysis of healthcare waste in context of 2019. So देखते हैं कौन देता है इस क्वेश्चन का सही आंसर. साक्षी saying that option 4, 2600 tons is the right answer. Let's wait for others as well that what exactly is the right answer to this question. See guys, here you are required to tell me the amount of the non-infectious waste that has been generated by test kits as per the global analysis of healthcare waste in the context of COVID-19. And here the right answer is 2600 tons. Absolutely right guys. All of you have given the right answer. Anamika, Rohit, Preeti, Sanjot, everybody has given the right answer. That is 2600 tons. Seriously guys, your preparations are really going very well, and I'm really glad to see that you are really going to ace in the exam. So 2600 tons is the right answer to this question. तो यहाँ पर आप देख सकते हो कि इसको रिलीज किया था वर्ल्ड WHO ने, that is World Health Organization. 140 million test kits हैं with the potential to generate 2600 tons of the non-infectious waste. ठीक है जी. So this is the thing that you should remember. Moving on to the next question. Which among the following organization has recently released the Deloitte's Global C 2022 CXO Sustainability Survey, the disconnect between ambition and impact? The name of the organization which has released this report, the Deloitte's Global 2022 CXO Sustainability Survey, it is Deloitte Touch Tomatsu Limited, that is DTTL, which has released this report, and that is the right answer to the question. Now moving on to the next question. Now the next question is on the Hurun India Wealth Report 2021. So guys, quickly tell me in the comment section that what is the name of the city which has topped in the number of millionaires in India as per the Hurun India Wealth Report 2021. So Hurun India Wealth Report 2021 में कौन सा city है जिसने टॉप किया है in the number of millionaires? It was guys none other than Mumbai, the dream city in India. ठीक है जी, आई होप दिस इज क्लियर गाइस. एब्सोल्युटली यू हैव given the right answers. Moving on to the next question. Now the next question is, what is the estimated number of millionaires? See, हमने पढ़ा पिछले question में कि which city is having the highest number of millionaires. Now you are going to tell me that by 2026 what is the estimated number of millionaires households in India. इंडिया के अंदर कितने millionaire households होने वाले हैं by 2026, and that number is basically 6 lakh as per the Hurun India Wealth Report 2021. ठीक है जी, तो मुंबई ने टॉप किया है. इंडियन मिलियनियर हाउस होल्ड्स आर गोइंग टू बी इंक्रीज बाय 11% टू 4.58 लाख इन 2021. और जब हम बात करते हैं 2026 की, इट इज गोइंग टू बी 6 लाख. सो दिस इज द थिंग दैट यू शुड रिमेंबर गाइस. 5 लाख इसका आंसर नहीं है. जिसने दिया इस 5 लाख आंसर गाइस, दिस इज नॉट द राइट आंसर. द राइट आंसर इज 6 lakh households. Now moving on to the next question guys, which among the following organization has recently released noises, blazes and mismatches emerging issues of environmental concern? Once again a report from the environment topic, and here guys the right answer to the question is United Nations Environment Program. I am once again telling you the report released which are on the topic of the education, the environment. They are really very important from the exam point of view. And the UNEP report guys, I have already told you that there was a question from the UNEP report in the previous edition of the exam. Now you are required to tell me that which among the following is not one of the key challenges which have been identified in this report. इसमें से कौन सा वो key challenge नहीं है which has been given by this particular report, that is noises, blazes and mismatches. And when I talk about the name of that challenge which is not among these challenges, these are the water pollution. तो challenges क्या क्या हैं? That is urban noise pollution, wildfires, phenological shifts, and the right answer here is the water pollution, which is not one of those key challenges which have been identified. Now we are moving towards the last question of our today's session, and the question is here on your screen, and the question is spreading like wildfire, the rising threat of extraordinary landscape fire. So guys, quickly tell me what is the name of the organization which has released this particular report. Spreading like wildfire, the rising threat of extraordinary landscape fire. Is it Grid Arundel, UNEP, Rocky Mountain Institute, both 1 and 2, and all of the above? Let's see who will answer the question correctly here. To the question number 20. Let's see who will answer the question here. So here guys, the right answer to the question, the spreading like wildfire, is option number 4, that is both 1 and 2, that is Grid Arundel and United Nations Environment Program. So guys, this was the last question of our today's session, and before concluding this session guys, I am having a very good news for all of you, that we are running a special offer for our SEBI Grade A officer sale for that particular course, and here today is the last day of availing this particular discount of 30% plus additional 20% off on our SEBI Grade A Gold package as well as the SEBI Grade A Silver package. ठीक है जी, so these are the things that you are really required to remember from the exam point of view. We have covered all the important questions from the exam point of view guys. I really believe कि ये session आपके लिए बहुत ही useful और fruitful होगा, and when you will be sitting in the exam after revising all these particular sessions that we have covered, they are really very important from the exam point of view, and these are really going to be very helpful in acing from the exam. And see guys, if you are having any kind of queries, you can drop us a mail at hello@edutap.co.in, and you can also call us at 8146207241. So people are saying that sir, will SEBI notification come in December 2023? See guys, December 2023 is very far away. ठीक है जी, तो अगले साल इतनी लंबी प्रेडिक्शन हम नहीं कर सकते हैं, but yes, SEBI exam will come, but when it will come, we will notify you. Do not worry about it. ठीक है जी. So I really believe guys that this session was really very much useful to all of you. So now this is the time that you should ask your queries, and I will really be helpful. I will really be happy to answer your queries here. So Rathod is saying, are the minor report important for the phase 2 of NABARD, or only major organization will sufficient? See guys, as per the previous year exam analysis, there are some international organizations, and apart from that, the Indian organizations and the ministries reports, they are really very important. अब ये important international organizations कौन सी हैं? For example, you can see that World Bank, we have IMF, WTO, WHO, these are the organizations जिसके ऊपर रिपोर्ट आती हैं. लास्ट ईयर देयर वाज अ क्वेश्चन इन द फेज 2 फ्रॉम द यूनिसेफ रिपोर्ट. तो आपको यहाँ पर बेसिकली बाइफरकेट करना होगा. देयर वर क्वेश्चंस फ्रॉम द नीति आयोग, देयर वर क्वेश्चन फ्रॉम यूएनईपी. तो ये बेसिकली ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस हैं, दो आपको ज़्यादा ही ज़रूरी हैं to cover from the exam point of view. ठीक है जी. So Vasudha is saying that sir, January reports and indices. See guys, last 6 months reports are really very much important for all of you. first of all you should be very thorough with the last 3 reports, last 3 months report, that is जून जुलाई अगस्त की रिपोर्ट आपको बिल्कुल टिप्स पर होनी चाहिए, ठीक है। उसके बाद आप you can move back 3 more months, that is of that we have recently covered in this particular session as well, जो कि हमारी जून से पहले की रिपोर्ट्स हैं, ठीक है। ये सब आपको कवर करने की जरूरत है। एंड नाउ जनवरी इतना ज्यादा पीछे नहीं जाना, बट स्टिल इफ यू हैव टाइम देन यू कैन कवर द रिपोर्ट्स फ्रॉम जनवरी एज वेल, बट इफ यू हैव नॉट time, if there is a time crunch, that you should cover the reports first of all these 3 months, last 3 months before exam, and then last 6 months before the exam. I hope that I have answered your question here. So here Rohit Kumar is saying that's a 4 months report sufficient or not for phase 1. Absolutely these 4 months reports are sufficient, but to be on the safer side you should cover the last 6 months of the reports. ठीक है guys, I hope that this is very much clear to all of you, and there are no more queries in this particular session here, so we can conclude this particular session. So guys, thank you for joining us, wish you all happy learning and all the best for your upcoming NABARD